Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening as we welcome you, as we come to you tonight from McKeesport, where the Ellwood City Wolverines have traveled down to take on Serra Catholic. The drive down here, the Serra Catholic Eagles, Serra Catholic, a record of 1-0. Ellwood City dropping that Week 0 game to Beaver Falls. That breaks their record at 0-1. The hour and 15-minute drive down here to play this. I guess it's a conference game, but non-section game, if I said that right, Brad. This is Thad Sturgeon alongside.
Non-conference, but 2A.
Non-conference, but a 2A team that we're playing against this week. I will tell you, if you are in Pittsburgh and you're wanting to go north or south, you're going to be sitting a while. It was a lot of traffic coming down here, but we're glad to get in here just in time for kickoff. Serra Catholic, team that we played at home last year where they defeated us. What was that score, Brad? 19-6, I believe it was, in that game. But two teams tonight, I think we're still really trying to find the identity of both teams. We got to watch last week's game that Serra Catholic played Ellwood City last week. They were outsized by a much bigger team in Beaver Falls. Really just a situation where they can just never really get that offense going.
Right, and Serra Catholic's coming off of a 9-0 win over York. They had a 2-0 lead at halftime, which most likely obviously has to be a safety in there somewhere. And then they scored a touchdown in the second half to win that game 9-0. So on your screen right now is the Midwestern Conference standings. Freedom had the win in the first week of Week 0. New Brighton, Shenango, and also Western Beaver on Saturday. So those are the four teams that won. Riverside plays tonight. That is a big matchup. They've got Neshannock tonight, so that's a very early game.
That's two teams that are very good, ranked very high in this section in the early ongoings this season. So on the field right now, we're seeing the coin toss and have our captains out there in the field for tonight's game. Number 8, Zach Gatto. Number 74, Rodney Grimes. Number 28, Sammy DiCaprio. And number 44, one of the three seniors on the team, Storm Chambers. So just a few minutes away from kickoff here. We have 3.5 minutes here to kick off if they keep that time where it stands. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. A nice stadium here, beautiful outline of a beautiful
it's
view.
A unique view.
Place just to set this kind of on the side of a hill, if you will, and looking out into the woods, into the mountaintops. But we're a little tight for room up here in the press box. There's room, but not a lot of viewing spaces. So please bear with us this evening as we work through this. Unfortunately, we did not get our hands on a roster for Serra Catholic, but we're patching stuff together, and we should have some information for you
with what we got
as the game progresses.
So it looks like Serra Catholic won the coin toss. They deferred. Wolverines will receive the ball in the first half, and then they will kick in the second half.
Okay, great. And they will be moving left to right on your football screen. So I think they were probably going to start this game. Yep, we're going to be started here at any moment. So Ellwood City, there's some keys to win. Brad, what are your keys to win here tonight as we start kickoff?
I think in reality it's going to carry over from the first week. No turnovers. I think that's key. We got to keep possession of the ball, and I think we did a very good job in Week 0. I think that can help us out here. I'd like to see the passing game develop too. I think if we can spread them out, I think both teams are going to try and throw the ball a little bit more than what we think on paper.
And to go along with that passing game, junior quarterback Ryan Gibbons, he just needs some time.
Right.
That's going to be his key. I mean, he went back to pass. I don't recall how many he attempted last week, but he just did not have any time.
Right.
Had the receivers out there, but was just gobbled up by that big defensive line of the Beaver Falls Tigers. So just moments away from kickoff. As I said, my name is Thad Sturgeon, alongside Brad Winhorst, our engineer, commentator. Got a little bit of everything going on with Brad. He does everything, and running the camera tonight as well. So as we get ready for kickoff, we thank you for joining us here tonight at ecwolverines.com. Number 14, Zach Gatto, back to receive, alongside Ashton Wilson back there. So here's the run-up, the start of the Week 1 season. High end over end kick taken there by Gatto at about the 15-yard line. He's running to the left side. Makes a nifty move to the right. Positive yardage. Falls his way forward to the 35-yard line. So gives Ashton Wilson, I beg your pardon, Ashton on that return. 20-yard return, taking that ball out there to the 35-yard line for the Wolverines. So Wolverines first down at ball just lying right there on the right hash mark of the 35-yard line. As I said, number 6 quarterback Ryan Gibbons, a junior coming in, started all the games last year, and his freshman year started 4 or 5 games that year. So a junior, but still very good experience there. Starting the game out, 4 wideouts, 2 to the left and 2 to the right. There's a handoff there, eaten up there quickly. The ball carrier. I missed seeing who the ball carrier was. We'll see as he gets up here, but no gain on the play.
I believe it was number 23.
23, Tyler Powell. So Tyler Powell, junior, 5'10", running back, 176 pound. No, give him a yard on that play. Watching the film last night, you'll notice here at Serra Catholic, they got some big boys there in the middle.
Yes, they do.
Number 73, and like I said, we're trying to get a roster here to see what some weights are, but he eats up a lot of space in there. 3 wideouts to the left. There's a handoff again to Powell. Nifty move to the left, bounces off the first defender, rolls his way forward for a nice gain of, we're going to give him 6 yards on that carry for Tyler, and I think that's going to be one of the keys, Brad. You know, we know we're going to have some plays we're not going to get much on, but boy, if we can start getting these drives, we're going to get 5-6 yards a run on first and second down. It just opens things up. You're looking at 3rd and 2 here right now.
Right. I think that was a big key thing last week was that they were sitting there in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, and there's not much you can do.
3rd and 15. So
right.
Fair here.
I'm being
nice. A little different formation here. 3 to the right, 1 to the left, shotgun to the right. He's back to pass. It's Gibbons. He does have some time. Throws the ball out there, and that ball was almost intercepted. Gibbons was getting some pressure as he rolled out to the right and threw the ball up there for the intended receiver. Peyton. Okay, Peyton O'Brien. So got Colby here helping along. He's working the camera some here too. He needs to realize I have headphones on. I can't hear you, so you got to talk a little louder, bud. So, okay, back to punt.
Number 6,
Ryan Gibbons, and back deep to receive.
We got 2 of them.
We have 2 back there.
I believe number 1. Can't read the FARD number.
Okay, the snap, that kick. Low end over, driving kick. Takes an Ellwood City bounce all the way back to the 14. That's recovered by Ellwood City.
Nope, still loose. Still, nope, now they picked it up. They officially picked it up now, finally.
Zach Gatto on just a heads-up play. That ball just kind of kept rolling past them 2 back in the back, and that was recovered by Zach Gatto at the 12-yard line. The Wolverines taking over with just super field position, and they just have to capitalize on these kind of timely mistakes by Serra Catholic. So at first I wasn't sure if the young man from Serra Catholic touched it, but apparently he did, because the men in stripes waved Ellwood City ball. So we're at 1st and 10 here. Ball resting on the 13-yard line. 2 wideouts right, left. There's a jet sweep around there. That's we got a flag on the play. Afraid we're going to have a hold on this one. That was number 14, Ashton Wilson, trying that jet sweep around there. We saw him try that a couple times last week. Not that effective. And once again, no gain on the play. Give him a yard. No, I'm sorry. Lost a yard.
Yeah, the refs there are pointing back, so it kind of looks like this one's going to be coming back our way. So we got a holding.
That's a holding on Ellwood City. So they're going to mark the ball back 10 yards. So replay first down. Wanted to give a shout out. Found out today that Vinny's there in Ellwood City, Vinny's Pizzeria, got us on the big screen tonight. And it's also, and this is so cool, and I just
blanked.
Just blanked out. I'm sorry. That'll come back to me. A lot going on here beginning of the game. Donnie Iris, that's the name I'm looking for. Donnie Iris is there tonight.
Oh, no way.
So that's just really neat.
That's awesome.
2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Gibbons back. Delayed handoff there to Tyler. No room. No room. And I said before, big number 73, 21 in there. or 76 and 73. There's some big bodies. That was 50. There's several big bodies on that Serra Catholic. So loss of 8 on the play, bringing up a second.
Well, they had the holding
25.
penalty, so loss of two. Yeah, they had the holding penalty and then this on top.
That was a spot foul
right.
on the holding penalty.
Right,
I'm
correct.
sorry about that. So the second 25, ball on the 28-yard line. They can't get a first down. I think we got a timeout here. Coach Lamenza wants to talk about this, got this good field position and on that turnover, and wants to find something positive or something there he didn't like. So we're going to have a brief timeout here in the early juncture of this game. Beautiful night for football. It's nice kind of here. This driving in, just the sun was really shining, but we got a shade here. Very high press box and
yes.
a high stadium.
When you have high press boxes, though, that means a lot of stairs.
A lot of stairs, and actually where I parked, there was a lot of stairs to get to the stadium. But hey, looking down over the crowd, a lot of blue. Nice to see a nice
yes.
Ellwood City crowd here tonight. We're back from that timeout on this 2nd and 25. Tight end left shot. He's going to motion to Storm Chambers. Somebody moved. I think
got a false start against
Ellwood. And I think there was some movement that was not across the line by Serra Catholic. So the Wolverines started this drive on the 13-yard line. Now with penalties, we're back to the 33. So now we have a 2nd and 30 from that 32-yard line. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass. Gibbons downfield. He has Ashton Wilson there. He got the ball. No. Incomplete. Put a star around that defender's back, on that defender for Serra Catholic. Ashton had a step, had the ball in his mitts, and the would-be tackler for Serra Catholic was able to knock the ball out of his hands.
That was tough because that was in
Wilson's
hands. Went over his shoulder, and it stuck there. And then sure enough, when it hit the ground, it just fell through.
Yeah. So heads-up play there by the cornerback of Serra Catholic. Now we're sitting at 3rd down and 30. Ball on the 33-yard line. 4 or 5-man rush. I got a blitz going on. There's overthrew him. Gibbons back to pass, had time to set his feet, was looking for Ashton Wilson down that left hash mark, and he was covered, but the ball was overshot anyway. So 4th down here, ball on the 33. I think there's a little question time here for Coach Lamenza. You have the decent field position. It appears that they're going to be going for it here on this 4th down. They can't get a first down if they get it down to the 3-yard line. So kind of a bunch formation to the left and right. Gibbons in a shotgun. Back to pass. Looking down the field. He's gobbled up and sacked. Sacked for a loss. Back at the 44-yard line is Gibbons. And that was made by number 53 on that sack. You know, when you're at 4th and 30, you got to have time for the receivers to get down the field, and he was waiting for that to happen, and he just ran out of time. So that series was just not a good series for Ellwood. Started on the 13-yard line of Serra Catholic, finished it on Serra Catholic's 43-yard line. So big defensive stand there for what are these guys called?
For the Eagles.
For the Eagles. Okay, back on defense is the Wolverines. This shotgun, really their first offensive possession. Pass out there to the flat on the left is out to number 9 for Serra Catholic, and he's won just watching the game last week. You're going to see the ball in his hands a lot. A very fast, shifty kind of runner, and kind of makes things happen. And he can make things happen after the catch. Number 9 now they're in motion. Handoff there. Great defense there. Great job there. Who was in there? Number 53.
And 57.
53, Cameron Reynolds, and number 57, Noah Bunny, coming up from that line position. And no gain on the play. We're going to, a loss on the play of 5 or so. Ball resting right on Serra's 49-yard line. There's the keeper by number 11. Spin move there. He was taken down by number 10, Carter Lutz. Carter Lutz, the player of the game last week. He had 7 tackles, I believe it was, coming up from that cornerback position. So, third down here for the Eagles. In the shotgun. Back to pass is number 15. Rolling out to his right. Pressure from behind him, and he's got there by number 7, Caden McClymans. Nice play there by Caden McClymans. He came all the way from the right side, Brad, and the quarterback for the Eagles was just trying to set up the show. Never knew Caden was coming, and Caden was in there to take him down for the sack and the loss. So we thought this might be an offensive struggle in the early goings here in this first quarter, halfway through, 7:19 left to go. Both offenses not really finding any rhythm to this point yet. But give Caden McClymans credit. Caden, I think, is just a freshman, isn't he?
I believe so.
He is. So with just 3 seniors on this football team for the Wolverines.
Okay, we got a flag from the far judge. I believe they're going to call it delay of game on Serra Catholic. We do not have any 40-second play clocks here, so what's going to happen is that back judge is going to give you a count of 5 seconds. When there's 5 seconds left, he'll hold his hand up. You got 5.
Okay. So we'll keep an eye on him.
That's how it is.
Looking for the clock, but our field of view up here is kind of limited. I figured it's probably there. I just couldn't see it. So we're going to try this punt again. Ball now on the 43-yard line. Back to receive is Ashton Wilson. Back, kick short, high, end over end kick. Watch out, guys. Get away from it. Okay, there's another flag thrown on that play. The ball stops at the 30-yard line, so just a 23-yard punt. But let's see what this flag is.
We got a couple Wolverine players on that sideline looking and staring at each other. It kind of looks like somebody knows something over there.
Okay, well, the men in stripes are going to be the final judge.
Who was the punter on that, by chance?
I missed seeing that. I'm sorry.
Same.
So, we noticed, watching the game last week, their long snapper, I'm sure they worked on a lot of things this week, but he was having some issues last week, and that one kind of got there. I know it was against Ellwood, but I got the gibber in here and didn't pay attention to what the call was.
So that was about a 23-yard punt, and then on top of it,
put the 5 yards on.
Right.
5 yards. So Ellwood City back on offense for their third offensive drive of the evening. So Gibbons up under center, I formation. Got Storm Chambers back there in the fullback position. There's handed off. Oh, hit hard, and down he goes. Man, that's Tyler Powell again. Tyler Powell met in the backfield, just with hit hard for a 2-yard loss. So on that line, we got Cameron Reynolds, number 50, Andy Vrabel. Rodney Grimes out there, number 74, number 72, Benjamin Bobbert. So a young line that we see out there. So to the right, one to the left, Gibbons under center. Handoff there to Powell. Breaks over that left side. Had a head of steam, but met there quickly. That was number 11 again. So Powell positive yardage, pickup of, we'll give them 3. Going to bring up a 3rd and 9. Ball resting on the 27-yard line.
Got about 5:35 left in this first quarter. Pretty fast moving.
It is. And it's for third possession for the Wolverines. You know, you don't always get that in that, but when you're not moving the ball and you're punting, that's what happens. Shotgun is Gibbons back. We got a flag on the play. I think we had movement.
It's going to be another false start, I believe.
False start. You know, we just one of them games last week. We sat there and we went through the whole game with 4 penalties, and now tonight we have 4, and we're just through the halfway point of the first quarter. So that was a legal procedure. Going to back him up another 5 yards.
So it's going to be a long 3rd and 14 here from the 23. Got to take advantage of that one. That's going to be that's going to be so huge right now.
When you get first down from the 13-yard line on a turnover, and on that drive you lose 30 yards 30 yards you lost.
But we did say keeping the ball is going to be key. If you hold the ball, keep the possession, run that clock down, you never know.
Right. So Gibbons back to pass, under heavy pressure, running for his life, and down he goes. Sacked for about a 4-yard loss was Gibbons. Went back there, was looking right downfield, but, what I'm noticing here is, Brad, Serra on these longer downs, they're dropping 4 or 5 guys back, and they're getting to Gibbons.
I think you're getting a mix of a coverage sack while at the same time.
Yes, I would go with that. But one of the issues is they're getting to Gibbons, just rushing 4 or 5 guys and keeping everybody back. So Gibbons back to punt from his 5-yard line where he stands. Ball is rest on the 18. High end over end kick taken there to the 50-yard line over to the right side. Number 1 is running. Falls through the first wave of tacklers. Falls down. We got a late flag there. So I think someone's Spatafor, Anthony Spatafor, young man stepping up on special teams. He's a freshman as well, is he not, Colby? 10th grader, that's a sophomore. So his brother, Anthony's brother, played here 2 years ago, was a lineman there starting lineman for the Wolverines for a couple years. So good to see the families keep on churning them out. So we'll wait to see what the flag was. It was after the kick.
Is that a sideline warning?
That was unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, yeah. I believe when he got up, he spiked the ball.
And that's a no-no. So is that the 15-yard kind?
15, yep.
Costly. That just took back that 15-yard return by number 1, Mikhail Brooks.
And that brings the ball back to about the 49.
Yeah, in Ellwood, in Ellwood City territory. So Serra Catholic starting over, decent field position. 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Sends a man in motion. Little misdirection there. Falling forward is number 3. Positive yardage up to the 6-yard line. Carter Lutz up there for the tackle. Along in there, who else was in there, Colby? Number 9, Peyton O'Brien. So, coming up to the line here pretty quick is Serra Catholic, the Eagles. 2 wide outs to the right. Sends that number 7 in motion again. Number 3, round the right side. Makes the first man, Mitch. That knee was down, folks.
Good play.
For loss on the play. Who was back in? Who disrupted that?
I believe that was number 57, and Noah Bunny. I think we're going to start
naming Noah Bunny. Noah Bunny back in there disrupting things, cutting through. That senior Noah Bunny played a lot as a last year, played as a sophomore. We're seeing now Serra Catholic right up to the line. Basically a no huddle going on here right now. Sidecar to the right. He's back. Little hitch pass out there. He's got a blocker at the 40 to 35, 30.
There is
all
a
the way
flag.
down to 20, down to the 15-yard line. But we do have a flag on the play, and they're pointing in the way of the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is going to be a – I don't know. It's
is it too many men downfield?
Right.
It's like a delayed handoff pitch out there.
With that screenplay like that, it could be that. It could be a block in the back technically. It could be holding.
It was
there's a lot.
It's a screenplay, but it was a forward pass.
Right.
So it was in there. So what was the pickup on that? 49 down to the 14. So that 30-yard play. we'll wait to see. Did they pick the flag up?
They're talking. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, they're going to pick
They
up
waved
the flag.
off. Wave the flag off. I think the stripes got together, and so we stopped. So we got a first down at the 14-yard line. After that was that 30-yard pass play.
32-yard
pass play. Seeing this formation a lot, running different plays out. There's a handoff there. Driving his way forward, wrapped up there by number 23, Tyler Powell, and was bunting in there too, 57, and Rodney Grimes in there. Kind of, you calling that a counter, Brad, where they're just kind of misdirection in the backfield.
Right,
quick,
it's misdirection.
Quick pass out there again, and he makes a shifty move to the left, coming up the middle, hit there hard, nicely, and taken down. Was that Storm Chambers in there? Yep. Storm Chambers wrapping him up. Storm might have saved a touchdown there on that tackle. The way that would be receiver. Once again, no huddle here, coming up to the play. The line of scrimmage, 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left on this third down. Key play here. Hand off to number 3, driving his way forward down to the goal line, not into the end zone, but
it is a first down.
Not enough for a first down. And that running back was number 3. And Cameron Reynolds, give Cameron Reynolds, we got movement now. So they did the trying that hurry-up offense, and there's going to be a penalty here, the right side of the Serra Catholic Eagles. Got a little excited. I think they thought they saw touchdown coming and moved quite early. So Ray Holmes is at number 3, running back. He's a senior. So this brings up a 1st and 8 from the first to go from your line. There's that handoff, number 3 again. Driving his way forward, still on his feet, but pushed back.
By number, once again, 57, no bunny, and number 20, I believe, 22, no, 21. Yeah.
Spatafor. Oh, okay, yeah. As Colby said, Spatafor was hanging on, slowed him down. Mr. Bunny was in there. So, second down. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Sends a man in motion, comes in a little tighter. A jet sweep around there, number 1, makes the first man miss, cuts his way through. Nice defense there. You know, a couple of them guys for the Wolverines stayed at home where they needed to. Is that Spatafor in there again? Number 27 was there to slow him down. But nice stay-at-home defense because he wanted to bring it out all the way to the right, and it wasn't there. He tried to cut back in, and Ellwood City was there to meet him. Big play here, 3rd down from the 6, back to pass. Oh, throws the ball. Was that ball tipped or just errant throw?
I think he just errant throw.
Errant throw. So, big defensive stand there for the Wolverines. It's going to bring out 4th down. So, they never really tried to throw that ball into the end zone or go across the middle in that series of downs, trying to run the ball. But, you know, penalties for both teams now we're finding because you were 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
Right.
You have the false start. So, on to kick. Snap is down. He mishandled the snap, did the holder, and just all he could do is really fall on the ball. So, with a minute 4 left to go here, we have a change of possession. The Ellwood City defense held them Serra Catholic Eagles. They started that drive on a 49-yard line, had a couple, one large pass play of 30 yards, got the ball down to the 3-yard line, but the Wolverines defense stood up and kept them out of the end zone. Put an asterisk by that series there, Brad. That might have been one of the key stops here of tonight. So we've had 2 teams, both in the red zone, with no points to show for it. I formation, Gibbons, handoff there, stacked up quickly. That was Tyler Powell once again. For really no gain on the play. Trying to come up through the middle there on this running game. It's just not been very effective to this point in the evening. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. It's the I formation. Got Storm Chambers in there. I got fullback position. Back to pass is Gibbons. Quick pass out there to Storm. He's hit, but dragging forward. Nice forward progress there. Pickup of, we're going to give him 5 on that play from that Gibbons to Storm Chambers connection. The Storm just kind of ducked out of that backfield for that catch, but something I think you'll see. We might see that play again.
Right. That's been their bread and butter.
It's been good. And one of these times, Ashton Wilson on that wide receiver point, he had a step. And if you get some time, they can do that. We're coming to the end. That is the end of the first quarter. So we're going to take a quick break ourselves, and we'll be right back here. Again, the first quarter, it's 0-0. Welcome back, folks, as we get ready to start here the second quarter. Kind of an offensive struggle there, but both teams got in their red zone and no points to show for it. Ellwood City got penalized and took themselves right out of the red zone. And Serra Catholic really didn't miss the kickoff, missed the field goal attempt with the holder unable to control the ball for the kicker to kick it.
A little bit of a delay here because they have to reset the clock. They have a clock running for the break, and unfortunately now it's at 0. So they're going to take a second here to
we got to get her back
clock.
to 12.
This is such a great venue. I was able to get here at 5:30. I was able to get a parking spot right out front, so I'm assuming you're way out there. This is so neat to see. To see the school behind like that, very different.
Yeah, it is. You know, you think you're going, bam, we're just going, 15 minutes south of Pittsburgh, and then you come out and see this. It's kind of like looking out my backyard in Fallbell with the trees. Okay, 3rd and 5 here for the Wolverines. Gibbons back to pass, has time to set. Oh, ball's intercepted at the 20, 10, 15, touchdown. Oh, touchdown for Serra Catholic.
By number 9.
We're going to call him Terrell Booth. And, boy, Gibbons got back there, set them feet looking downfield, and Booth got in there about the 20-yard line, picked that ball off, and just had nothing but green grass in front of him to find his way into the end zone. So our first score of the game is 6-0, extra point forthcoming. Holder's number 22. Ball is down, that kick is up, and that one was good. So 7-0. First play of that second quarter at 11:54. Did you call that a 20-yard interception return?
Very close, something like that.
Okay. For the Serra Catholic Eagles. We kind of thought this was a game that would maybe not going to be real high scoring, as Brad and I talked today before the game. You didn't want to. That could be one of them games that the big plays, could determine a game. In most all games they do, but when you don't have two offenses that are not scoring a lot of points, then a big play like that. And that was a big play right there for the Eagles. Now out for kickoff return, we got number 4, Nick Magnifico out there, number 7, Caden McClymans, number 70. In those front lines is Damian McCandless. Number 22's over there. Anthony Teolis on that front line. And number 50, Andy Vrabel. Back to receive is Zach Gatto alongside Ashton Wilson. And at center line, you got Peyton O'Brien, one of the up men. Storm Chambers out there. Storm's just one of them players I think we're going to see just play about every time you're on the field. You're going to see him out there, along with number 23, Tyler Powell. And Anthony Spatafora out there, too. At the run-up and the kick, end-over-end kick taken there by Wilson. Dropped the ball to 18, picked it back up, got a lane there to run through, taking it up to the 32-yard line. So we're going to give him about 14 yards on that return. So Ellwood City will take over 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line, moving right to left here in this second quarter. Stay tuned at halftime, folks. We'll let you watch the Ellwood City Blue Band, and then we'll have all the halftime stats as well as out-of-town scores. So up there in centers, number 74 up over the ball is Rodney Grimes. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left is Gibbons. Handoff there, nice running room over that left side was Tyler Powell. Nice hole there, pickup of probably 8 for Powell. Probably his biggest run of the night, and nice blocking down up front to give him that lane to run in.
Not only the biggest run on the night, but also so far biggest run of the season so far. That's what I like to see, them spread them out.
Yeah, I think that
bit.
maybe that's what Coach Lamenza, everyone else on there seeing too, that we maybe need to start making it not a jet sweep, but working outside the tackles. There's a handoff there up the middle. Goes nice spin move by Tyler. Going to be enough for a first down. Made something out of nothing. He was initially hit in the backfield by their big man, number 63, I believe it is. But rolled his way forward, did Tyler. And kind of pinballed around there near where that first down marker was. So Ellwood City gets a first down. Ball resting on the 44-yard line. Grimes out over the ball. He's got Cameron Reynolds on that line with him. Sends Ashton in motion. Sweeps around. Nice cut up there by Ashton. A nice move as he was going around there and found that lane and cut his way forward. Leading the block that time was Benjamin Baubert, number 72. Finding his way, making a lane for Ashton. Going to give that, 6-yard gain?
Yep.
Going to be a 2nd and 4 for the Wolverines, now into Eagles territory. Sammy DiCaprio out there, wide receiver on the far left side right now. Handoff to Tyler. Going to depend upon the spot. I think he's just going to be a little bit short, but did you see what they did that time, Brad? A little bit of a delayed handoff, if you will, kind of let things clear out of the way. Knowing they needed 4 yards, he got about 3.5.
Right.
This is close. So, key third down here to keep the drive alive for the Wolverines. Ball resting on the 46-yard line. So what do you do here, Coach?
QB sneaking. That's what I'm thinking. Just let
you got
Gibby
some big
run
guys
right
in there. They might try to do it. Maybe they'll draw off sides. We're 3rd and inches. There's your QB sneak. He rolls his way forward.
Perfect.
Off the Powell. Textbook.
Right?
Textbook there by Gibbons. He just kind of fell onto the Powell, rolled to the left, took that long body of his. He's 6'1". Sometimes we forget how a lot of these players are play different sports, but you'll see Gibbons on the basketball court this winter, and you'll see him on the baseball mound pitching here this spring.
Right. That's an old question. Do you let players play multiple sports? Of course you do.
You're only young once.
Right.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Gibbons in his shotgun awaits the snap. Handoff there to Tyler Powell. Weaves his way through. There's run room. He's
Here
at the
we go,
30,
baby.
the 25, the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Ellwood City. Tyler Powell on the 45-yard run. Straight forward does he go. Bounced off the second guy, and into the end zone he goes.
45 yards.
45 yards. That's what we were looking for. Tyler Powell. Was that a little bit of a delay handoff there that time too? And then it just took it right up
Yeah,
through there.
They're letting those blocks make that initial play.
Well,
and I tell you what, there was a guy there to make that tackle.
There was,
he broke it,
but Tyler broke that. So great heads-up play. Some nice blocking up there in front. Once he got 5-7 yards past that line of scrimmage, he was in the end zone. So on to kick. They're offside.
Going to throw a flag.
We got a flag. Stoppage
Decline
and play.
it, let it be good.
Well, if they blew that whistle before he
Right.
kicked, I think
Right.
it was on us. So
They're calling it against Serra Catholic. They got them jumping on this side.
okay. Well, I saw they jumped. I thought maybe
Right.
they were encouraged.
So that's a 1 yard. They put it
1
at the
yard.
2, so it's 1 yard. So
Well, the good news is that 77.
Yeah, it's
Levi
Levi Smith.
We'll see him here at halftime playing with the band too, if I am
Correct.
not mistaken.
You are right.
Levi back in there. He made the first one and went right down through the upright. So we're just going to do it again. Make us down, up, and that is good. We got ourselves a tie game, folks. At 8:34 left to go here in the second quarter. The Wolverines offense comes alive on that 45-yard run by Tyler Powell. And when you think about it, we Brad and I, he's been covering the team for years. We've been broadcasting now for 2 years. Last year we lost a lot of key running backs,
right,
on that team. Ricky Pacelli, who we can watch play at Geneva here in the upcoming weeks. That young man just lost his. The other Chambers, they carried a load. And we started this season, and maybe we're seeing the maturation of young fellas like Tyler Powell that just need that
right.
varsity playing time. We just, hopefully that just keeps improving. Tyler, just the junior here, 5'10", 176 pounds. Not the biggest kid out there, but kind of showed us there what he can do. But don't forget the blockers in there, too,
Right.
that paved the way.
I tell you what, that was a big answer, though. You had the
Yes,
ball
exactly.
at the 13 in the first quarter, didn't convert. You had the ball at least 3 times in that first quarter, and you come back, you answer. That's a huge answer.
It's got to be a huge lift to that offense to know,
Right.
hey, we can run a 45-yard play. So, up to kick. On the kickoffs, that's Gibbons out there, I believe.
Yep.
We also got Andy Vabro out there, number 55, Dick Bortnavsky, saying that name wrong. Carter Lutz out there on the side, number 27 is Anthony Spada 4. Short kick, that ball's fumbled, picked up there by number 9. To the right he goes, makes the first man miss. Oh no, he's at the 40, 35, one man. He stepped out of bounds, guys. Stop the play. Gosh almighty. There's your answer to what just happened.
Right.
Returns that ball. Does the young man from the Eagles, 32. He originally muffed the kick, and the ball rolled forward like it could run right into one of Ellwood City's gunners coming down the field. Picked the ball up, kind of retreated a little bit, found his way out. So great field position here for the Eagles, starting on their,
I believe 31.
31-yard line. So that what looked like a fumble to fall on.
Yeah, and that was a 37-yard return.
37, you're going to 37? Okay. So nice field position here for the Eagles to start. Plenty of time here in the second quarter, just not even the halfway point, 8:24. 3 timeouts left for the Eagles, 2 for our Wolverines. Is that handoff again to number 3. Hit there, nice stop. Bounced off but did not let go. Number 74. Is that Rodney Grimes in there for the tackle?
I believe so.
Yep. Nice play by junior Rodney Grimes. No huddle here. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass. Quick pass there underneath.
Ooh.
Storm just about had that. Darn it. Down to the 15-yard line. That wide receiver just kind of went out there and settled in there behind the linebackers.
I believe it was number 14, Zach Weber, that caught that.
Okay. Give Weber credit. We apologize, folks. We don't really have a roster here for the Eagles. So back to pass. Pass did the same. That was basically the same play, was it not?
Yeah.
Now down to the 7-yard
similar.
line. Stopped there by 44 Storm Chambers. So coming out here quickly are the Eagles. Ball now on the 15-yard line, bringing up a second, and we're going to call it 4. Sends a man in motion. Handoff there to number 3. Hits his own man, falls his way forward down to about the 5-yard line. So we get a third down here. Big third down play here for the Wolverines defense. We saw them stop them before in this situation. Let's hope they got another one in them here in this half. Bring it in back in number 57, Noah Bunny, play on that line. So 3rd and 3, shotgun. Handoff there, number 11, cuts his way forward. Gonna be a spot.
It's gonna be close.
I
think they're already saying 4th. Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, that was fast.
My, you got better eyes than I do.
So that's a 4th and inches. Just shy. Ball resting on the 6-yard line. Big play here, Brad. 4th and 1.
Very big.
From the 6, they're going for it.
Bet you're going to see a little bit of that jet sweep.
Around the left side, there he is, over the left side and into the end zone for the 6-yard run is number 1 for the touchdown for the Eagles at 6:21 left to go. You know, I think they sold out there and thought everything was coming up the middle.
Right.
And they just did that basic, we call that a jet sweep or run around the end of the left. And everybody bit for the Wolverines going in. So 13-7, extra point forthcoming. So all of a sudden, we've had more offense. That kick is up, and
it is good.
It is good. 14-7, Serra leading over our Wolverines. 6:21 left to go here in the second quarter. So after about 15, 17 minutes of no offense at all.
All of a sudden now everything's coming.
Well, we have that going. So we'll just hang on here. We'll take a break. All right, quick break here at this scoring timeout.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by EllwoodCity.org, the unofficial site for Ellwood City News. Venezi Sporting Goods and Apparel, your hometown store for all your custom apparel needs and printable sportswear for all types of groups. And by WXED 107.3, located in downtown Ellwood City, bringing you your rocking needs.
We're back on here, folks. Serra Catholic, that drive was just 33 yards after the nice return. 33 yards, there was, 7-8 plays?
Right.
Capped off by a 6-yard touchdown run for Serra Catholic. So back again to receive is Zach Gatto alongside Ashton Wilson. I forget Ashton Wilson's just a sophomore. We saw him, coming in playing some last year.
He played last year. He played baseball this year.
Yep, another one
Put
of them.
a little bit more weight on.
Run up in the kick. Almost like an onside kick. Taken there. I think we were. Is there a flag? Yes.
Flag on the other side. I think they're going to call
offsides. And we're going to do that again. Trying to catch the Wolverines off guard there with the squib kick to the right. And that was taken there by number 4, Nick Magnifico. So, being offsides, we're going to try it again. Instead of from the 40, we're going to go from the 30. 35. So, ready to try this again. Run up in the kick. Down the middle this time. That ball is going out of bounds at the 5-yard line. We'll just let them do that. And that'll be Ellwood City's ball at
the 35.
We're going to make it to 40 because they kicked off from the 35, right?
You are right.
Yeah.
That should be. I
don't always get one up on Brad Windhorst, but I just got him there. We're not keeping score, though. But no, we'll wait and see.
To be honest, I really don't know. I don't know if it resets at 35 or if it's 40.
No, it's being a penalty from the spot of the kick.
Right, it should be.
But we'll wait to see.
Kind of looks like they don't know either.
Those the officials converse, figure out where they're
Unless
at.
they're going to ask them to re-kick it. They could ask them to re-kick
I
it.
think that's what's happening by the motion of the players here
Right.
heading back.
It does look like they're going to make them re-kick it. Which,
So-
I mean, hey, why not?
So now they started kicked it to 40, then to 35, and now they're going to be kicking from.
Wait a minute, check that. No, they are. No, never mind. They're not going to force them to kick now.
They are going to place the ball at the 40-yard line.
Okay.
So Wolverines start this drive. 6:21 left to go. 2 timeouts in their pocket left. Lots of time here to go. So 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Rodney Grimes out over the ball. Shotgun. Handoff there. Oh, he hit the backfield hard. Met there by about 3 Eagles. And just nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And that was the
for
new running
Tyler
back,
Powell.
number 10.
Oh, that was number 10?
Yep,
Carter
Carter
Lutz.
Lutz.
Carter Lutz. So, loss of 2 on the play. Ball resting now on the Wolverines' 38-yard line. So, we got 2 tight end formation here, basically.
Oh, we got movement on that left side.
Doggone. So it's going to be 5 yards marked off. Now back to the 32-yard line. The Wolverines. That's going to bring up a second down on about 18, I'm saying. Yeah, 2nd and 18.
Procedure call. Backs about 5. 2nd down and about 18.
I tell you what, this is a great weekend for football. Last night, huge college football games. The Steelers are playing. College football's back. That is my key thing. That takes up my Saturday just like that. And it looks like we got a timeout by Ellwood City at 4:57 left.
4:57 timeout. So we're going to take 1 too. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. 4:57 left to go here. Ellwood City facing a 2nd and 18, ball on their 32-yard line. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Gibbons in that shotgun. Looks like they're bringing the house to the Eagles. Flushing him out. Oh, he's taken down for a loss. Was Gibbons all the way back at the 15-yard line. And I tell you what, we've seen that a couple times tonight. Them Eagles, it's like an all-out blitz. And they send a line, they send a linebacker, and when you get more people to block than you can block, and you got some big guys in that center of that defensive line that eat up space, and blockers for Ellwood City, that's your result. So loss of
I believe 15, so I think it's 3rd and 30, 33, 32 or something like that.
Yes, 3rd and 32. 4:21 left. Wolverines down 14-7. Boy, what are you going to do here? Back to pass. rolled out of the pocket as Gibbons just right. Throws the ball way downfield. Oh, just over. Shot. We got a flag. Yes. We got a flag on the play. I think we're going to be looking at defensive pass interference. Who was the would-be in? Was that Peyton? Yes. Peyton O'Brien, the streaking down that right hash. And
it must have been something right when he passed it, because unfortunately, they gave him a little shove. A little shove. It's ticky-tacky.
And, if he could have kept in stride, he might have been able to get that ball. But we're waiting to see what. Okay, that's a 15-yard penalty.
So it should be 15 and an automatic.
Here. We're back in high school here.
Right.
15 yards. So, is that ever a spot foul?
Yeah, in the NFL. But never in high school. It's always 15. So if I'm telling, if I'm kind of coaching.
If I'm coaching, it was third down.
If you're beat, tackle.
You got 4 minutes. It was not blatant. I mean,
no.
there's probably sometimes, yes, we're Ellwood City announcers. There's times that call would not have been called, but Peyton was just it was impeded by the hit. Back his pass again. Gibbons underneath. There's that catch. Peyton O'Brien up underneath. So we got ahead of ourselves here. That's not an automatic first down on the pass interference.
You're right.
So
it's just 15 and we go with it.
College
football and
instead of
high
being
school.
Third and 33,
right.
It was third and 18. So now we're dealing with fourth down. So really that foul just gave a little bit of field position.
Right.
Nice pickup there by Peyton O'Brien. About 10 yards on that play. 12 yards we'll give him. 4th and 6. Gibbons back to punt. Snap. High driving kick there. So down there by Gatto at, we're going to call it the 10-yard line. So that was a 46-yard kick there by Gibbons. Going to help his average. So Wolverines defense, you got 3:14 left to go here. This is one of them times, hey, they got a turnover. Maybe it's time for us to get a turnover. I think we have to, we'll talk about this more after we watch the Penn State, or not Penn State, Ellwood City Blue Band. They're both blue. So
yeah.
At halftime, kind of recapping what happened here, but we feel better than we did at halftime this week than we did last week. We've seen some positive things happening on offense and defense. We've had some key defensive stands. We can't forget that as the game progresses. In the shotgun, handoff there, sweep around, taken down there by number 53, Cameron Reynolds. Nice heads-up play, shed his blocker off, and just went bare into the backfield. Loss of 4 on the play.
That's what I'm seeing.
Going to bring up a 2nd and 14. Nice play there by that left end line position from Cameron Reynolds. Quick pass out there. Did that hit the ground? No, it did not.
It did call it.
They called it. They called it. I could not see, but ball was thrown out in the left flat, and Wolverines have one timeout left?
One timeout left, yep.
Okay. Well, the incomplete pass stops the clock, but the ball resting on the 5-yard line. You got 3 minutes,
right.
This half's not over yet.
Call your timeout.
So,
got all the time.
You got to do 3rd and 15, ball on the 5-yard line. Handoff there over that left side, stringing it out. He's still got some running room. Hit there, taken. Doggone. Enough for the first down. They're going to give him the first down, aren't they?
Yep, Bears. That last little lunge.
Yep, that last little lunge got it. And Wolverines credit, just tried to keep stringing him out there toward get him out of bounds, but ran his way up there. And who'd we give the tackle on that? I saw Carter Lutz in there, and Ashton. And Spatafor again in there. Quick pass out there to the flat to the right. Sheds one blocker. Another one comes up. So Carter Lutz come up to make the tackle, but give Peyton O'Brien credit for getting in there. We got a player down, and he went down hard and quick there.
Hard and quick, yeah.
So on that last play, thrown out there, Peyton O'Brien working very quickly to get into the position, hit the receiver, and then Carter Lutz came in and cleaned it up. We're just going to take a timeout here, and I'm going to pull that away from him. So while they tend to the Eagles receiver. Welcome back, folks. Tending to the young man from Serra Catholic. He was carried by his coaches off the field. He's sitting up now, and not really sure what the issue is, but laying on his stomach. Now, we'll keep you apprised of what's going on with that young man, but good to see him sitting up. So back to live action, 2nd and 9. Back to pass, going deep for it all. Oh, just overshot. Number 11, coverage there by number 14, Ashton Wilson. And the receiver had a step. He needed 2. We'd be looking at a little different score in this game. I noticed this with this quarterback. If you too, Brad, he's got a real quick, just like a snap of the wrist throw. A quick deliver. 3rd and 9. Quick pass out there. He's got blockers down front. He's got room to run, too. The 35, the 40. Makes a man miss down to the 35, up to the 48-yard line. So pick up a 27. We got a flag down here. I think we're dealing with a sideline
warning.
It's not going to affect the play. No. We'll wait to get the official. But
this could be helpful for us, though, because it slows the action down for a little bit.
Yeah, but we got movement. We got a minute 56. When they had him pinned back there at the 5-yard line, let's let him punt from there. Eagles still have all 3 of their timeouts. So something how one play just changes your whole complexion of a game. You know, when it was 3rd and 5 from the 5-yard line, you're thinking, hey, let's stop them. Let's try to get the ball back. Now this clock can't run fast enough. We're at 1st and 10, ball on the 49-yard line. Back, there's that handoff there, the jet sweep around to the left. It was number 3. Made something out of nothing. Gang tackle, drag on tacklers there. I don't know who you're going to give credit for that one, Brad, for the tackle, because Storm Chamber was in there, number 74. Rodney Grimes was in there. A whole host of Wolverines, because he drugged them about 3 yards to make it about a 5-yard gain on the play. So bringing up a 2nd and 5. $1:25 left to go here. Back to pass. Double pumps. Oh. Ball falls incomplete. He threw a rifle out of there.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious this kid's got an arm. He's got something there.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. So, clock stops on the incomplete pass. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Barking out the signals. He's a quarterback.
Hand
Hand
off
off
to
there to
number
the
3.
number 3. Find his way, pulls his way. We got a flag.
Yep.
We got a flag. Probably in that area of a hold, but we'll wait and see.
Think on that left side there, whoever was being pulled down line definitely
Yep.
held down low.
Yep. Oh, good call, Colby. Young man that was injured is walking on his own power on the sidelines. Jersey's taken off. I think his night might be over, but he is walking, getting a drink of water right now. Maybe a little bit of a limp to him going on there, but never like to see anybody get hurt. And when you do and you see him up walking around, that's
So
a
it
good
looks like
sign.
it's going to be
So-
pedaling against the Serra Catholic. It's going to be holding here.
Holding. Okay. That's going to take away that first down run. So this Serra, they don't huddle. I mean, they're right up to the line and getting their play in.
Right. So this sets up a
Clock
big
running.
third down.
Yep, big third down. Pass out there. Not many blockers. Cuts his way back, weaves his way through, and he is stopped there. Stopped there. Peyton O'Brien in on that one. And Tyler Powell and number 10, Carter Lutz. So big third down play there. 59 seconds left to go in this first half. Timeout was taken by,
I believe it was taken by Serra Catholic. I believe.
okay, ball on the 46-yard line.
Yeah, I want to say it was taken by Serra Catholic. So I'm wondering, at
I
this
don't know,
point,
with a 40-second clock and 59 seconds
Right.
left, why, unless they're going to go for it, why wouldn't you just make Ellwood take their last one?
well, I have a feeling that's what it is. They're going to try and go for it. I wouldn't doubt, because I'm wondering if they're thinking 50 seconds left. They only have one timeout.
Yep,
That
that's a
clock's
good
going to
call.
keep moving.
We're at 4th and 6, and there's been times when
Chess game.
they've converted. Well, of all the third down conversions, they had a 4th and 6 earlier in this game and scored a touchdown on it from that 6-yard line. So we're game on, folks. 4th and 6. This could be a telling play as we move forward. Got 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to jet sweep this to their short side, Brad. What you see?
That or that screen pass.
Yep. Quick pass.
No, the opposite way.
Nope, that ball over on downs. Wow. He went back to throw that ball, and he had a double clutch. I think it was big Cameron Reynolds there, kind of up in his face, if you will. Could not get the ball released. Ball falls incomplete. Ball over on downs. So where we stand, we got 56 seconds left in this second quarter. Wolverines have 1 timeout, starting from their own 46-yard line. Hey, let's see what happens. We know, we've seen it before, Brad. Gibbons can throw the ball down the field.
And Serra Catholic is going to read the second half, so
Yep,
you got to
so
take your
let's throw
shots here.
something here. But I think we're going to be all-out blitz here by Serra Catholic. Tyler Powell rolls over that right side, spins his way forward, keeps driving
down.
that Powell. First down, stops the clock, does the first down, 46 seconds. 10-yard, let's give him 11. Give him 11 on that play. That was a good, hard run there by young Tyler Powell. He's getting that little spin move. We've seen that a couple times tonight where that linebacker's not wrapping him up. He's knowing this, figuring it out, rolling. Clock rolling now, 41 seconds. And a handoff again to Tyler. Find his way up. Oh, fumble,
Ball's loose.
fumble. Players piling on, and that's the one problem with the spin move. No, we get the ball back. They mark him down.
The ball is carried in by Powell to the Serra 37 for a gain of 6.
Okay, he recovered his own fumble. He did fumble that. Was he already
No,
down?
yeah, Tyler Powell did not recover his own fumble. It was one of his linemen that got
Okay.
down. He was knocked out hard.
Yeah, he was. That
He
was a
was
good-
bent
a
over
hard-
there.
a
He
hard
definitely
hit.
got hit hard.
Um,
He seems okay. Just I
Yep.
wonder if it's wind knocked out of his
Yep.
chest and right with the helmet.
just hit
Elwood
him.
did recover.
Yep.
Did take the timeout, so they are now out of
Out of
timeouts
timeouts.
with 24 seconds.
24 seconds left. Ball resting on the 37-yard line. So, yeah, Tyler was just a little slow to get up. It was not head, though. I think you're onto something, Brad. So this timeout by Wolverines, Coach LaMenza, along with his coaching staff. Drawing something up here for these last 24 seconds. You get a bunch of feedback.
Yeah, I think it's something actually with the plug.
Okay.
I actually
okay.
do believe that.
Okay, sorry about that, folks. 3 to the right, bunch formation, handoff there to Todd. Rolling around is Gibbons. Oh, doggone. Rolling around was right. Rolling around to his right was Gibbons. I'm not sure if that was a designed run or if he was trying to look for somebody downfield, but there's nobody either place, nowhere
they
to
can't
run.
reset. If they're quick, they should spike this ball.
Wait
now
a
they're
minute,
going to call
flag. I think we're going to have a. I think Coach Lemenza got a little bit too far on the field. Oh, kick the ball, delay a game. Well, either way.
So it looks like what the refs are saying right now is they're going to call a delay game on Serra Catholic, saying that the ball was kicked, by Serra Catholic. I think we can easily agree with the Serra Catholic coaches.
Have the Serra Catholic coaching staff to our right, and we'll go with them on this one. But either way, we got 13 seconds left on the clock. 5-yard penalty on that, was that, Brad? 5
yeah, it would
yards.
be 5 yard.
So, Ellwood City, one last shot. Ball on the 30-yard line, 31-yard line.
Eagles flag for an illegal kicking of the ball with a delay. Clock resets to 13 seconds and a first down.
So now we're going to call official timeout.
Official timeout.
Okay, now
Timeout, Serra
that.
Catholic. Serra Catholic wants to reset.
I think we all should reset.
They got him.
Yeah, that one looked a little different up here.
I don't know if we said we are in McKeesport, Pennsylvania.
Right.
I think I might have started that. Not everyone knows where Serra Catholic is at, but
yeah, if you take the Turnpike I-76, I believe it's the Monroeville.
Okay.
Past Monroeville exit right after that.
Beautiful park you drive through here. I don't know who they got playing down here tonight, but had a stage set up, bunch of people down there. Kind of heard on the way down here, the Clarks are going on at 9 o'clock at Heinz Field for a rib fest.
I'll take some ribs right now.
We might have to detour there. You in, Colby? Okay. So we'll have all the halftime stats here at halftime. And let's see if we can get some more stats added on this last play of the game. So if you're Serra Catholic, are you blitzing? Are you sending everybody?
To me, if I'm Serra Catholic, I'm sending the entire defensive line, and I'm just having one guy
everybody back.
Yep.
This is the last play of bunch formation, running out there. Got O'Brien down the middle. There's a pass over the head. We got a penalty. 8 seconds.
They may call this. Let's see what we got here.
The ball was intended for number 28, Sammy DiCaprio.
I believe they're going to call offensive pass interference here. I think they are going to call it offense here.
So,
yeah, with the refs coming over, the officials coming to the Serra Catholic side, definitely offensive pass interference.
Offensive, so they're going to march them back. There's not a 10-second runoff, is there?
No.
Not here. Okay. So, good. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, and the ball was on the 31.
I think it's
so now we're on the 46. But did you see how that play formed? They had Storm coming out, kind of that tight end position down the middle. You had Peyton O'Brien down there. You had Sammy DiCaprio.
You had the running back swing out from behind.
I think that would have been the fourth option, but if for nothing else there, he could have dumped it to him. So 8 seconds left to go. Ball on a 46-yard line. Back to pass. Running down there, throws the ball, incomplete. I don't think they started the clock on that play. We still got 6 seconds left.
Yeah, I feel like that play developing-wise probably have been at least 4, if not 5 seconds.
But we'll take the other play.
Right.
Did I miss something? I mean, we're not going to argue it because keeps us another play in there. So here we are. Second 25. I think that's irrelevant at this point. 6 seconds left to go. Ball on the 46-yard line. 3 wide outs to the right. 1 down here to the left. Shotgun is Gibbons. Just a hand. Taken down hard there. So by that big fella I mentioned earlier in the game, number 63, I believe it is. So that is the end of our first half. A pretty dull first quarter, I'm not going to lie. Second quarter, a lot more activity going on. We'll have all the halftime stats for you at halftime. Until then, we'll let you enjoy. Is that what we're going to do, Brad?
Yep.
We'll just kind of
We'll
sign
take a
off
short
here.
little break here.
We'll be
and
back
then when the
here.
bands are ready to go,
We'll be back here in 8-10 minutes. But in the meantime, enjoy the pride of Ellwood City, the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure I present to you the 2019 Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band. Tonight the Blue Band opens with the 1972 Progressive Rock hit by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Here is Carnival 9.
minutes up, so I think there's mark out. That's the starting point. The archive and the next play is
I don't even know.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field your 2019 Serra Catholic Marching Band. The band is led onto the field by Drum Major Katie Crossan and Color Guard Captain Anna Osinski. This year, the band will be taking you on a trip through France. Their show is entitled Impressions du France. One of the band selections features saxophone solos by senior band member Logan Kearns and junior band member Ryan Gedman. Please look forward to seeing our complete show at future performances. Bonjour!
All right, folks, this is Brad Windhorst bringing you some halftime stats here and some out-of-time scores. It's halftime here from McKeesport. Serra Catholic Eagles lead your Ellwood City Wolverines 14-7. So let's get into a little bit of that halftime stats. So on your screen right now, you'll see halftime score, 14-7 Serra Catholic. They definitely outgained the Wolverines in that second quarter. That first quarter, like Thad said a couple minutes ago, was kind of dull. Was kind of both teams trying to feel each other out. The Wolverines definitely had the better opportunities there. They had that one that right now is kind of sticking in the back of my mind. I hope it doesn't come back to bite them. But we did have a turnover on a punt that was muffed and brought back to the 13, and unfortunately a couple sacks, couple running plays that didn't work, and unfortunately the Wolverines couldn't capitalize. So right now 14-7, total yards 136-79 in favor of Serra Catholic, rushing yards 32 to 62 for the Wolverines. The Wolverines actually have some really good stats here. Unfortunately, a couple sacks here and there has kind of brought those numbers down a little bit. Passing yards is definitely in favor of Serra Catholic. They like that screen pass right out front where they have 3 wide to one side, let the front 2 wide receivers on the line go out, block real quick, get that third one from behind, and let him get upfield and hopefully break it for a touchdown. First downs are in favor of Serra Catholic, 7-6. Turnovers, we talked about Wolverines. They got to keep it clean. They did a good job of it. They just need to capitalize. Unfortunately, they have that one turnover. Time of the possession right now in favor of the Wolverines, 12:47 to 10:17. So there's your halftime stats for your halftime leaders. If we can get it up on the screen. Give 1 second here. Make a little adjustment here. There we go. Your halftime performers passing for Serra Catholic, Max Rocco, 7 for 12, 92 yards. Rushing-wise, Tyler Powell putting up some numbers. Now, again, those are swayed. Even though we sit 62, unfortunately, the sacks against Ryan Gibbons, that counts as rushing, so that number went from a nice number down to 62. You can see on the screen, Tyler Powell, 13 carries, 85 yards, and that touchdown for 45. So that counted for a lot of them. They're receiving Terrell Booth, that number 9 wide receiver, 5 receptions, 74 yards. And on defense, John Banner, number 53, the defensive lineman there, 8 tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 tackles for loss. So there are your halftime stats and halftime leaders. Finally, before we come back here from a little break and let you listen to the rest of the Serra Catholic's band, that is the final stats. I apologize. Are the out-of-town scores. On your screen now, the out-of-town scores, you got New Brighton up at halftime, 14-7 on Mohawk.
And that's who we're playing next week. Is New
And
Brighton.
that is who we're playing next week. We are playing New Brighton. That will be home against New Brighton. Neshannock is just putting up numbers on Riverside. I believe the Neshannock running back there, from what I'm listening or hearing, he has over 150 yards rushing already and possibly 3 rushing touchdowns. But Neshannock's up 28-21 at Riverside at halftime. Cornell's over Union 18-0. Wilmington, we're always going to include Wilmington here and there, 14-0 over Farrell at halftime.
That was a pretty big game for that
That's huge.
District 9 up there.
Right. That's right off the bat there.
Because that's you're looking at your 2 possible playoff teams there in Wilmington and Farrell. And
yeah, those are 2 big teams that usually are there at the end of the year in single A playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Going on, Freedom is up 6-0 on Shenango. We said I said at the beginning of the year, and there were previews in week 1 preview this past week, I said that Freedom, I think, is the team to beat in 2A as of right now from what we saw, but Shenango's keeping
ran all over the team they played last week.
Right. They played Union, and
you would think 2 pretty well matched up teams.
Right.
But Shenango ran all over them, and they're holding with Freedom here tonight, a team that we thought was going to be one of them.
I'm wondering this 2A is going to be like literally the 2A that we saw about 4 or 5 years ago, where you throw
Everybody
names in a
beat
hat.
each other up.
Right.
Everybody
You
beat
throw
each other
the names
up.
in the hat, you pull one out, and there's your leader for 1 week. You pull it again, and there's your leader for the next week.
Exactly.
Other scores, Laurel. We've been talking about Laurel.
We have.
I don't know if Thad knows this or not yet, but Laurel is ranked in the state. They are number 3 in the state, supposedly.
They got that bounce
now,
up. I saw that today.
I'm thinking that's a little too early. I'm not on the train, not on the bandwagon just yet. But they are up 7-0
Anytime
over Rochester.
we see a non-opponent from Lawrence County that's finding their way in the top 10, we're certainly happy for them.
Right.
I thought that score might be a little. I don't know where we're at in that time of game.
That is right after. They're about midway through the second on that one. Other scores, we talked about this when we featured this one. Burgettstown was the big 2A team last year. They made some great improvements on the team. There's a lot of seniors juniors, in this case seniors now, returning from last year's successful team. They won their conference in 2A, and sure enough, they're beating up on one of their rivals, Seton LaSalle, 21-8. And then finally, in the other conference, we said that Avonworth was going to be the class. Avonworth is up 47-7 on Valley. That is
good friends
huge.
in Valley are getting
I love
beat
it. I love that
47-7.
phrase. Our good friends from the South. So there's your halftime scores. We'll keep track of it. We're going to have abbreviated final stats and final out-time scores. We probably won't even show them on the screen because we want to keep moving. It is an hour-and-a-half drive, so I want to make sure that we don't hold anybody up in Serra Catholic's booth up here, keeping this open too late.
We have a little more luxury at home games, not because we're driving home no matter what from wherever we are, but
they're nice enough
when we get in these places and the lights start going out.
That's our cue.
We got a lot of stairs. I'm not walking in the dark.
So we'll have abbreviated. And we probably will just jump right into it. That way we keep things moving.
That's what we'll do.
And then you can always catch all the action, all the replays, all the out-of-town scores, obviously not only on television, but more importantly, you can go to www.ecwolverines.com. We'll have a blog write-up about this game, and then also we'll start previewing a couple things for Week 2 action. So we're going to take a little break here. There's about 1:40. About 2 minutes left here before we start the second half. We're going to take a little break, and then we'll come right back in.
Very good.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by EllwoodCity.org, the unofficial site for Ellwood City News. Venezi Sporting Goods and Apparel, your hometown store for all your custom apparel needs and printable sportswear for all types of groups. And by WXED 107.3, located in downtown Ellwood City, bringing you your rocking needs.
Welcome back, folks, as we start the third quarter here of this turning out to be a really, really good football game with the Ellwood City Wolverines kicking off to Serra Catholic. Elwood City behind in this contest 14-7. A lot of positive things there for the Wolverines. And both teams could not quite capitalize being in the red zone for one time, but other times they have. So as we start off here, here's the run-up and the kick by Ryan Gibbons. Ball taken there by the up minute to 29-yard line. Breaking its way to the right, makes the first two men miss. Riding his way around there. Nice tackle there by Carter Lutz riding down number 14. The returner for the Eagles. And what was that, about 11-yard return. The Eagles taking the ball now at the 40-yard line. The Serra Catholic Eagles had a. As you heard Brad go through all the halftime stats, they had some nice yards rushing, had some yards in the passing game. I think something they need to maybe to watch is the yards after catch on some of them catches, some of them quick slants, and the guys are getting 10, 15 yards after that. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right here. Back to pass. It's time to set his feet, settle down in there. Is number 14, breaks 1 tackle, makes a man miss, down to the 40-yard line.
And that was a new
gain.
quarterback, too. I believe that was number 11 that threw that.
Number 11, is that Javon Holt?
Javon Holt.
Just a sophomore. And I think in the film study that I studied last night, this young man here, not afraid to take that ball and run with it. So let's keep an eye on that as we start this third quarter. In a motion, handoff number 3. Got a nice hole up there in the middle. Pick up a 9 on the play. Moving the ball at will. Serra Catholic on these first 2 plays. 2 plays, 20-yard pass, a 9-yard run, bringing up a 3rd and 1. Quick to the line is a quick snap there. On the keeper, goes to the right, nothing there. Around the left side, kind of makes a man miss. Stiff arm, gang tackled there, but not after about a 20-yard run for the quarterback keeper on that play. He kind of ran to the right and nothing there, and he is shifty and he is fast. And we've seen that. Coming out here quick is Serra Catholic. Hand up for the number 3. Hits his own man, but bounces him forward. Nice takedown there for not much gain. Senior Storm Chambers up with the stop. So after just moving the ball, Will, for 3 plays, it was nice to see him get that stop. Bringing up a 2nd down, no gain on the play. Once again, no huddle here. 10:31, 2nd and 10 ball on the 18-yard line. Back to pass. He keeps the ball. Takes the ball down, finds the seam, goes his way up in there. Met there again by number 14, Ashton Wilson. Nice stay at home there. Ashton was kind of out there trying to cover one of the wide receivers and quickly adjusted to the quarterback. Came back, but not after a 5-yard gain. We're at 3rd and 4. Give him 6 yards on that play. 3rd and 4 from the 12-yard line. The Eagles just coming out here on fire. The late handoff to number 3, the keeper. There's your running back, number 15. Goes down to the 5-yard line. Pick up a 7 on the play. Needed 4 for the first down. Got 7. That's going to be 1st and goal for the Eagles. We almost don't have time to catch our breath here,
Right.
Brad.
That 40-second clock, new
don't
rule,
matter.
not even happening.
Well, it don't even matter because these guys, that referee is dropping up, setting the ball down, and they're at the line ready to go. Handoff to number 3. Breaks his way through. Rolls over a Wolverine for the Serra Catholic touchdown. Wow, quick drive there. It's 9:29. That drive took Serra all but about 2.5 minutes to score on 7 plays, a couple via the pass and the run. That's a 60-yard drive in 2.5 minutes, making the score 20-7. They came out with a mission, so they did. That new quarterback, and I thought we
Number
would maybe
11.
see that. Kick is down, that kick is up.
Clearly
and
good.
It is good. That would have been good from a long way.
Yeah.
So with the extra point, the Eagles come out flying, soaring, leading 21-7, 9:29 left to go here in this third quarter. And we saw that on tape, last week, that young man number 11, Jason Holt, as a quarterback. We never really saw him throw much last week against York, but he came in and you kind of thought he could just run left or right or at will after that once he got the ball. So I don't know if you want to say we caught the Wolverines flat-footed coming out after
Caught me
half,
flat-footed.
but the guy running the camera and doing stats together, if there's any aspiring cameramen out there listening and you want to see the press box next Friday night, be at Helling Stadium, Ellwood City, PA, and we pay, we'll give you a couple waters. So
There you go.
if you want to try that.
And free entertainment.
Yeah, free entertainment.
I don't know. maybe not always entertainment every time, but we try.
We don't know the band's songs well enough to dance to them yet, so it's early in the season. Nonetheless, 21-7, Eagles kicking off. Back deep is Gatto and Ashton Wilson. Taking their Gatto, deep kick at the 5-yard line, brings it out. Got a little bit of a hole there. Makes the first man miss, gets through the second wave, still on his feet, pinballed around there. And blow the whistle, guys, he's down. Stop there. They got to give him forward progress up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 Wolverines. Yeah, and this is, all drives are important, Brad, but boy, you really need a drive here. Some first downs, some score, just to re-answer. We said how this offense has improved, but 2 scores down here, 2 full quarters left to play. It's certainly not out of reach by any stretch of the imagination, but you don't want to let it get any further. Handoff there, hitting up backfield hard. That was Tyler Powell, I do believe, taken down by a host of Eagles. So,
Believe we may have another Serra Catholic player down. He kind of got up.
that's
it's us.
Ellwood player.
It's an Ellwood player.
Down on the field, sitting up. I'm thinking, I think I know who it is, but I'm not going to say till I'm confirmed. I think we're dealing with looking like a cramp here.
Yeah. It is pretty warm. I believe.
Yes, it is
We
warm.
were saying, what was the temperature you were saying? 74.
74
I can tell.
degrees.
It definitely may be 74, but that humidity, jacket.
Yeah.
Definitely
he's
causing
up on
cramps.
his feet. That was Tyler Powell, sit out of play, but got turned around. I was going to guess 72, but if you say 74, we'll go with 74 degrees. So Tyler up, moving around, coming off the field in his own power. Just got to Powell with power. That might stick. So bringing up a 2nd and 11, ball on a 29-yard line for the Wolverines. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left, I formation. Watch Storm come out of the backfield on this one. There's the handoff. Was that young Lutz?
I believe that was number 10, Lutz.
Yep, Carter Lutz with the carry. Falls his way forward. Going to give him long 2 on that run. Bringing up a 3rd and 9. Go 3rd and 10. I think we had Tyler come back into the game. And I talked to the Serra Catholic coaches that are up here in the box. The young man that was hurt during the first quarter is back playing, just cramped up pretty bad. 3rd and 10, back to pass is Gibbons. He's got nice pressure. He's caught there by Ashton Wilson. Reached out, scoop, got the ball. End over end he goes, but holds on to the ball. Gets up, walking around. That's a first down.
That
Pickup
is.
of 12 on the play. Nice, almost a shoestring catch there for young Ashton. And he needed about 5 more yards to get that first down after he caught that ball. And did not give up on that play. Kept running hard. Went end over end. Darn near stuck the landing, if you will.
That's huge, though.
That is.
We're
and
talking
that's
about
what we were
momentum
just
here.
talking about, little momentum.
Right.
Okay, hey, now we can convert a 3rd down. Now we got a new set of downs. We're gonna go 1st and 10. Powell in the backfield, alongside Gibbons. Sends to Ashton in motion. Oh, somebody moved.
Yeah, I believe it was that right side there, unfortunately, for the Wolverines.
False
moved.
start. False start on the Wolverines. Gonna knock them back 5 yards. And sometime this winter, when the season's all over, and we're watching these tapes again, we're going to stop and we're going to figure out how many times penalties killed drives. And I'll save our times right now. About 85, 90% of the time they do.
Now, that's not just
At any level.
not only just
At
us,
any
but
level.
both ways.
Yeah,
both,
it works both,
teams.
it works both
kills
ways.
It kills it.
You know. So, after the mark off of 5 yards, that brings up a 1st and 15. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Wide out, 2 wide outs to the right, sends motion, back to pass. Oh, quick throw. This ball felt incomplete in like the, a screen pass to Tyler. And he's up limping again, not giving up on that cramp.
We do have a flag on the
Oh, yeah, we do.
field.
I
I
missed
wonder if
that.
it was something downfield or something like that. I was just about ready to say that may have been a good thing that it was incomplete.
I was
going to
say the same thing because that would have been a
of
loss for
5.
5 yards.
Let's see what
agree.
we got here. I think it's against Ellwood because they're coming to the Serra Catholic sideline asking for questions here. So looks like a hold. Actually, no, it's a hold on the defense.
Okay, and that penalty comments I just made earlier goes the other way too. So that was of the 5-yard nature.
Right.
So it must have been a little, as Bill Hillgrove would say, a little habeas corpus, I think is what was going on there. And so second and 5 from the 46. Handoff there to Powell. Little room on the right side. Oh, he just needed to slip out of that tackle. But nice tackle there by number 53 on that play. Tyler just could not slip out of his feet, out of the grasp of that what would be tackler. So ball down to the no gain on the play. 3rd and 5 here from the 46.
Once again, even though we have all these penalties, another fast-moving quarter. We're about halfway
Yes,
through
we
at
are.
6:15
It's
right
moving.
now.
2 to the right, 2 to the left. Back to pass. Some protection this time. Nice catch there by Ashton Wilson at the 38-yard line. Ashton Wilson on this drive really showing some of those hands that he has. Down to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that was about 11-yard
About
pickup.
11-yard pickup. Needed 5 for the first down. Got 11. And give Gibbons some credit on that one, too. Had some little bit of time that time. Waited for Ashton to come across the middle of the field. Hit him in stride. And there we have a first down. So Wolverines moving the ball here. Ball on the 42-yard line. 1st and 10. Hand off to Powell. Not much running room there. So I think they're trying that inside, and just there's some big guys on that defensive line for Serra Catholic, and there's just no holes there to be found. Maybe go back to some of that delayed handoff stuff we saw in the first half. That was effective.
I tell you what, though, we did say that I said at the beginning of this game that I figured they would go and spread out. They've been going 4 wide, 3 wide in most of these scenarios.
And he's sends a man in motion. Fakes to him. Gibby, nice throw. I think he had really like 2 receivers in there. Is that Tyler Powell was in the vicinity, and is that young O'Brien?
Yep.
Peyton O'Brien was in there too, but Gibbons needed to get rid of that ball.
I think we're kind of seeing the Eagles make that adjustment. It almost looks like they're waiting for that fullback to slide out underneath, make that short little pass. It looks like somebody's keying on it. They may have that spy waiting there for that play.
Because we've seen that a couple times now, particularly Storm coming out of there. And
you may have to change it up and make it something else here.
Right, correct. So the chess game continues. We are at 3rd and 10. Gibbons back. Heavy pressure from the backside. Oh, and he got drilled, but got the ball away. Ball falls incomplete. Another player down with some cramping issues, it appears. 28, that is. Sammy DiCaprio. But from that blind side, there just was nobody blocking. And we're seeing, give the Serra Catholic some credit here. I don't know if I'd call it a blitz, but they're finding that hole.
We've seen if you give Gibby some time there,
right.
it's
and
there. So they're breaking through and making that happen.
We got punt formation here. Ball on the 42-yard line of the Eagles. So awaits the punt is high kick taken there. Get on that ball. That's an Ashton Wilson recovery of that fumble inside the 5-yard line. Great heads-up play there. That was Ashton, right?
That was Ashton.
Wilson, the gunner, coming down the field. That young man's making plays tonight. The would-be returner, ill-advised, actually. If he'd have hit the ball, probably would have went into the end zone for a touchback. Went to pick up the ball. Ball falls out of his hands, and Ashton was there waiting and jumped right on it. Great heads-up play there by Wilson. Just a sophomore is Ashton.
So here you go. Here's that break.
We're in the red zone. Points off of turnovers from the 5-yard line. Tight formation for the Wolverines. Hand off to Tyler Powell. Weaves his way through.
Touchdown.
That's good for a touchdown. 5-yard run for Tyler Powell over the right side. Who blocked for him? Because he got a crease.
I believe that was Storm Chambers and that fullback. They actually had two running backs slide in there.
Was that Storm Chambers? Yep. Let's give Storm in there. Andy Vrabel was up there in front too, along with Rodney Grimes over that right side. He didn't have much of a crease, but it's all that young man needed. Powell power. Right
so once again, and then while we're talking about Powell, I believe he's cramping again.
Yes, he did. Yes, he is.
They just blew officials' timeout, but I believe it's a cramp again.
Yeah, it appears to be a cramp. So, well, it's just so important. On points off of turnovers, you have a short field like that. They weren't able to capitalize on that in the first quarter. Then they came back here this time to score here. So, as we wait this injury timeout, what a difference a few plays makes in a football in a tight football game. Brad.
And talk about two contrasting styles here in this. I mean, it just seems like Serra's moving.
Yep.
Ellwood's slowing it down, but both teams are being successful at what they're trying to do.
Effective at both. So on to kick the extra point is Levi Smith. He's been perfect on it tonight.
A little movement on that line. Looks like they're going to blow this whistle.
Yeah, I believe so.
Somebody move. I believe it was this time against Ellwood. Oh, they're going to call offsides, I think. So once again, they get them offsides again.
Okay, off. And the kick would not have been good, I don't think.
Right,
so,
no, that was off the
from
side.
From our angle.
So you get a second chance.
I learned about the third game. We started doing this. Look at the officials. The angle that we sometimes see them go through the uprights is deceiving. So, another chance here. We're going to move 1 yard closer. Who's the long snapper? That kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:44 to go here in this third quarter, we got ourselves a football game, folks. It's 21-14. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. The Wolverines there. One play, a 5-yard drive set up by the Ashton Wilson fumble recovery on the kickoff. So Tyler Powell back up, running around there on the sidelines. We'll keep you eye on that.
Yeah,
so
with
kickoff,
that injury, he has to sit out for one, so there's your one.
Yes, he did. So the run up and the kick is Gibbons. High end over end kick. Taken there, falls between his legs. Did that he touch
I'm
it?
almost
Taken
positive he touched it.
8-yard line. He's going to breaks away from the one, off to the left side. He's got some green grass in front of him. Gibbons missed that tackle.
Fumble.
There. There's
Fumble.
a fumble. They're Powell on it. Who got the ball?
I believe Serra Catholic.
Yeah, looking that way. But
looks like number 4 recovered.
What a number 4 on the recovery. What a crazy play. The fellow returning the ball. Ball goes between his legs, picks it up. About 6 Wolverines had him pinned in there at about the 8-yard line. He got away from that, over that left side, and found his way, brought the ball all the way back. Where are they marking this at? the
like a 37?
37-yard line. So made something out of nothing there.
And that's the
Had
second
him at
time
the
we've seen
8-yard
that now.
Yeah, we have.
You've seen that twice
So
now.
that was about I'm sorry. Damian McCandless on heard his on the sidelines. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Thanks, Colt. Damian McCandless on the sidelines, just checking, working on his knee. So shotgun formation.
Back to
And,
number
the-
15 at quarterback.
Oh,
here.
nice takedown there. Who did that? Is that Noah Bunny?
I believe that was
Noah
no bunny.
Bunny.
That or I think it may have been number 27, I think.
Okay.
I think it came from that linebacker position, which would have been
Would have been
Spatafor.
Yes, Spatafor. Didn't get a good look at
Yeah,
that.
it was.
Oh.
It was number 27.
Okay, we got a man
Spatafor.
down for Serra right now. So on that run, there's really no gain on the play.
And it looks like they're going back to the other quarterback, number 15
Yes.
now. So it looks like maybe they're trying to do every other drive to see what they've got.
Yes.
Maybe 15's the passer, 11's the rusher, that kind of thing,
Yes, maybe
mixing
that's
it up.
that's what we'll see. So I think we're dealing with another cramp issue here.
We'll just take a break.
Yeah, let's just
during this
take a
injury
quick
timeout.
break here for that timeout. We're back, folks. Young man walking off the field in his own power. So after no gain on that play, bringing up a 2nd and 10, 4:06 left to go here. Oh, movement.
Got movement kind of on both sides, but I think it
Yeah,
may
I
have
think we're
been
gonna-
Ellwood, I believe.
I think we're going to get Ellwood on that
Yeah.
one. That whole right side. Got a little
Yep,
anxious.
looks like they were drawn off real fast.
So encroachment by the Wolverines. Going to knock off 5 yards. So bringing up a 2nd down and 5. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Sidecar to the right. Back to pass. Under pursuit. Nice block there. Pass out to number 3. Well-designed play by Serra Catholic. Picking up about 9 yards. We have 9 yards on that play. Maybe a little bit more than that. But it's about a second away from being a legal block downfield because that wide receiver just went to block the Ellwood defender as the receiver caught the ball. So nonetheless, a 1st down. Ball now on the 48-yard line of Ellwood City. Serra into Ellwood City territory. There's that jet sweep around. Number 11, the speedy guy. Over the left side. He's got a hole. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Serra Catholic. They answered the Ellwood City drive. 48-yard run on that jet sweep. And quite honestly, I don't know if he was ever even touched. He had a nice hole there on that left side. And that young man's got some speed. He hit that green grass in front of him. And he was off to the races. So that 48-yard run capped off that 4-play drive for Serra Catholic, where they started the ball on their own 40-yard line. But we're seeing this fast tempo from Serra Catholic.
Okay, so they had I don't know if that was a bad snap or a design fake. Not really sure, but the kicker actually picked up the ball, turned around, and actually tried to throw it, and then Peyton O'Brien picked it off. You cannot advance the ball on any PAT
Right.
attempt, so that shuts it down.
I think that was just busted.
So it looks like a bad snap rolled
The
out.
bad snap. And we kind of saw that last week. Some issues with their long snapper did Serra Catholic. So All that being said, with 3:35 left to go here in this third quarter, Serra Catholic answers Ellwood City score to go ahead to 27-14.
We were talking about making our predictions when coming down to this game, and we said there's usually that quirky score because of an extra point or a run play or pass play for 2 points. Not saying it's big yet, but that could be huge. If Ellwood gets a score back, now we're just down to 6.
Realize, we're down 2 scores. We got a full quarter of football left to go.
Right.
3 minutes left to go here in this, and
we were just talking about how quick those quarter's been going, and
yes, they have.
All of a sudden it's slowed down.
Slowed down a little bit, and we both, Brad and I, texting earlier today. We thought this could be like a 14-12 score or something quirky, like a 13-9. Well, we've both been wrong on that. We've seen more offense, I think, than what we both anticipated seeing this evening. The run up and the kick, short high end over kick, taken by one of the up man, Spadafora, fumbled the ball.
Believe he got it right back.
I think
he did have to crawl for it.
He crawled for it and got to it. So I think that was a situation there. Up man got that ball. We got another guy down. That's Zach Gatto. And we'll wait to see what the issue is. All these cramping. These kids drinking enough water. Hear that water? I'm getting ready for the New England Patriots next week. Get my New England accent going. So we'll wait here. It just appears to be another cramp the way they're working with his legs here right now. So, the Wolverines, capitalized on that mistake. We still need to go back and not to dwell on it. We'll talk about it more throughout the week. That one drive where they recovered the punt fumble on that one at the 13-yard line and was unable to capitalize. But at the same time, you kind of get the feeling for this young. We don't stress that enough. We have 3 seniors on this football team. And yes, there are Letterman coming back, the guys that started some last year. But
I can't think of the last time that we've had a quarterback for 3 years. I honestly cannot.
Oh, it's been – how long did DJ go?
Oof. I want to say he went for 2 because I think, if I'm correct, Iannelli was in there
DJ Barrett,
first.
he was a lot of fun to watch here back in the mid 15-16 season. Was a real fun player to watch. He got a couple years in, but okay, 1st and 10 for the Wolverines, starting at the 29-yard line. It's the kind of formation we've seen all night, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. There's that delayed handoff we talked about with Tyler Powell rolling his way forward for positive yardage. Going to pick up about 6 yards on that play. Went from the 29 to the 34, so we'll give him 5 on the play. So bringing up a 2nd and 5. And I think that's one of the key things to this offense. It's not really made for a lot of big plays, if you will. Coming in at 2nd and 5 makes it so much more manageable.
Right. And not only
it gives that playbook a little bit more wiggle room to deal with.
Right.
Snap taken. Another handoff there to Powell. Driving his way forward. Taken down there by a host of Serra Catholic Eagles. But once again, positive yardage for Tyler. He's got to be getting close to that century mark now by this point in the game.
The big thing with a young offense like this, you want the play to develop. You want your blockers there. And we've seen it. Last week, that's tough. Well, defensive line is a whole different story. But I tell you what, they're developing the play. There's a couple times here where you're kind of like.
And I think, sometimes maybe the running back and quarterback get on the same page as the line.
Right.
So letting that happen. 3rd and 2.
There we go. I've been waiting for that play.
Yep, we have.
We've been waiting for Storm Chambers
main man,
to get
Storm
a handoff.
Chambers gets the ball, and he did what you exactly wanted to do. You needed 2 yards. You got 4. So up to the 40-yard line with the new set of downs is the Wolverines. 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter. So I formation. 1 to the right, got a tight end in, a couple tight ends in there on this play. Gibbons back, handoff to Tyler, weaves his way through. Nice hard run in there by Tyler Powell. We're seeing him, make a little cut. Not a big cut, but just a cut. And all of a sudden, you went from getting a 1-yard gain to a 5-yard gain. Ball now rested on the Ellwood City 45-yard line. Big man coming out here, number 73 for the Serra Catholic. He takes up a lot of space.
Yeah.
All right, 2nd and 5, I formation. One to the right, one to the left. Tyler with that driving forward, picked up 3 on the play. We kind of got that 3 yards in a pile of dust, kind of going on here. Back to pass. Watch the play. There's the man. Storm Chambers off that right side, 50, 45, drops his head 40, all the way down to the 36-yard line on that 3rd and 2 play. We've seen that a couple times, and I tell you what, Gibbons did not have a lot of time, but he knew how much time he had. It kind of shows that experience of him coming in and let Storm come out of that backfield and set right in there on that right hash mark. And yak yards there, yards after catch.
Yeah,
he
a
probably
nice
had,
18-yard gain.
18-yard gain for Storm. So I'm a big fan of Storm Chambers. Good kid, 4-year letterman here for the Wolverines. I formation, Tyler Powell, straight ahead, 5 yards. This is what you like to see. Right. Them kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Momentum plays here.
Momentum plays.
They're feeling out that defense, and it's going to be that one play that breaks down.
I don't know if I've ever told you this. The last thing my wife tells me before I leave it to come to a game, she said, only use words you're 100% sure of the meaning. So my Farm Bell vocabulary is not that good. So I miss a word every now and then. But we got a...
That is the end of the third quarter. The long third quarter. We saw some scoring plays for both teams, 14-7 at half. Right now we're sitting 27-14.
27-14, Ellwood City moving that ball very nicely. The Ellwood City Blue Band is always here playing along. So we'll wait here at halftime, or at the final of the game.
Okay.
So we'll
I did look at the stats going into the fourth quarter. Tyler Powell is over the 100
good for him.
mark, so there's
good for him.
Something looking good there.
Good for him. And he's got a nice, good young kid. He'll credit that line for giving him them little seams and cracks.
Yeah, and if you think about it, with Carter Lutz, Tyler Powell, and Ryan Gibbons, and Sam DeCapper, I mean, you got a lot of players that
all 11th, 10th graders.
Development.
So you feel good about it. And like we said, we're kind of almost seeing it play out. I know we're just in week 1, but in our section, there's not that we're all going to beat up each other. I think we are.
Right.
Teams are pretty evenly matched. Going into the fourth quarter, 27-14, Serra Catholic over our Wolverines. Under center is Gibbons, handoff there to Tyler Powell. Not much running room there. Trying that left side that time was Tyler, and met with resistance by a couple Serra Catholic Eagles. So coming into this stadium, you drive about 2 miles into the woods through this nice park, and get up here and give them credit. We just just stands on one side, but a nice stadium here for schools of this size. 3rd and 5, big third down here. Play I formation. Here comes Storm out of the backfield. Yes, there he is at the 30, the 25, the 20. He's down to the 15-yard line. 15-yard play for Storm Chambers. And I tell you what, Ray Charles could have saw that play develop. He came out of that backfield, and he was wide open. I don't know how many more times they're going to get away with that, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So pick up a 15 on a big third down conversion for the Wolverines. Down to the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 are the Wolverines. Gibbons, handoff, Tyler Powell over that left side. Driving forward, still driving that Powell. Nice forward running there by Tyler Powell. We'll see where they spot the ball. Pick up of 3. So positive yardage on that first down. And ball resting on the 13-yard line. Big number 73 coming back into the game for Serra Catholic. kind of looks like, maybe you're too young to remember this. What was that defensive lineman for Casey Hampton?
Yeah,
He's
Casey Hampton.
He's not that big, but he looks that big compared to everyone else around him. So, high formation. Gibbons back to pass, looking to his right, fires. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it out there in the vicinity of Storm Chambers, and Peyton O'Brien, I believe, was out there as well. Ball falls incomplete, so we're at 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that's one of those ill-advised passes there.
Yeah.
They had 2 wide receivers out there, but you've got 4 defenders.
Yeah, I had just too many. You were just running out of room on that right, starting on that right hash mark.
Right.
And just wasn't enough room for things to develop.
This is big. I can tell you right
we're
now.
dealing with 2 down territory.
This is.
here.
I was just going to go there. 2 down
Yeah.
territory. To me, you end this ball off, you get some yards, and then
Yep,
you make
and do
that
it
play.
again. So 3rd and 7. Got everybody spread out though, Brad.
Right.
2 to the right, 2 to the left. Back to pass. Look for that quick pass. Oh, that ball was
I
almost
believe
intercepted.
somebody blew the whistle. I do see a flag.
Okay, we got a flag.
Not really sure what it's about.
That was almost intercepted.
Yeah, it was a whistle right as the ball was snapped. So let's see what we got here. I'm not really sure.
got another
I see
cramp.
the Serra Catholic side.
Serra
Catholic side's kind of
Ashton
moving
Wilson
there.
just
So
went down with a tire. Looks like a cramp. We're going to have a stoppage of play here for that.
okay, so we had an offsides against Serra Catholic. I wonder if one of them lined off offsides.
I'm
You've
betting
got
that
the
was
Serra
it.
Catholic coaches talking here a little bit, and then you've got a cramp.
Okay.
A little bit
So-
of everything going on.
So where are we at here, Brad? With that 5-yard penalty, we're going to redo that down and be 3rd and 2, correct?
Right. So now,
Yeah.
to me, you got 2 downs here again.
Yeah.
Just run it.
And we're sitting on top of this press box with fluorescent lights, and I tell you what, the bugs are moving in. It's not freaking me out, but much more of this, and it just might.
Huge moth. Huge moth in the corner.
That moth has its own zip code. I mean, that thing's huge. So, Ashton back on his feet, coming off the field in his own power, have to sit out a play, back down the ground. Them cramps just.
Oh, my
when
gosh,
they
yeah.
come on these young.
You got to
right now,
expect
they
Western
just, they just
PA
come down
humidity
to,
like
well,
that.
They just come down to the ground and just in pain. So 3rd and 2. Ellwood got 5 yards. Ball resting inside the 10 on the 8-yard line. So, little different formation here for the Wolverines. There's a handoff to Tyler Powell, pushing that forward. Don't think we got enough for the first
Yeah, I think he's
down.
going to be short by
Gonna be
half a
little
yard, but
bit
you know
short.
automatically,
Yep.
we don't even have to talk about this. You know
Yep.
they're going for it.
Yep. We saw the Wolverines were converted a 4th and inches back. It was in the early part of the second quarter with a quarterback sneak by Gibbons. I will tell you, this looks to be a little bit further than
Right.
than that. We're
It may actually be 4th and 1.
yeah,
exactly
I think it's
on the dot.
a legit 4th and 1. So we're going for it. Everybody in tight. Big play. There's a handoff. Oh, handoff.
Handoff actually went to, I believe, Storm Chambers.
Yes, Storm Chambers.
That was
rolled it
weird.
forward. I mean, there was almost like some confusion in the backfield.
Right.
But while the confusion was going on,
Quick
Storm has the ball, and he falls forward. For a
Quick
four- a
handoff
four-
to Storm
that was
Chambers.
a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, it was
So needed 1, got 3.
It was a quick handoff to Storm Chambers, and then what
Yeah.
happened is when Gibbons turned around, he actually ran into Lutz there
Yes.
a little bit,
Yeah, that's
and that's where I thought the play was going.
Yep,
So that
yep.
caught me off guard.
Yes, but we'll take it. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line.
Plenty
8:47.
of time
Lots
left.
of time left.
But
here.
this is key. You got to score
Yep,
here.
you got to come out of here with 7 points. Got to come out with 7. Handoff there
Handoff.
to the outside is
Storm Chambers breaks a
his
tackle.
way in. Oh,
Oh,
he's down. Storm took a hit as he was diving forward. The ball fell out of his hands, goes out of bounds back at the 3-yard line. Storm up, walking around back to the huddle. Can't keep a good man down, but he was not going to look into the referee's eyes because he didn't want to see him.
now
do
he
that.
did fumble the ball, but
Yep.
the ball did fumble out
The ball
of bounds.
fumbled out of bounds. So the
Obviously,
ball
you can't
comes-
advance it, so wherever it went out, wherever it goes backwards, back to the 3.
Yeah, so
so
it's back to the 3.
he did get back up, though. He looks like we're
Yeah.
ready to go again.
This formation, what are you calling this this formation here.
This is a little bit of that wishbone.
Wishbone, yeah. Handoff there, digging his way forward. Stop there. What?
They're definitely going to say
Yep.
momentum was stopped there.
Yeah, momentum was stopped.
Yeah, they're definitely going to say momentum was
as
stopped.
he was stood up, as Tyler was stood up.
Right.
That big man number.
Yeah, I can't say whether or not he was officially stopped or not, but there was one whistle.
Yeah, there
blown
was a
and
whistle. That would have been devastating. But Tyler Powell on that carry, really, if he gave him a yard, if any. So we're going to be coming up to a 3rd down and 3. 3rd and goal from the 3. So, wishbone. And, quick handoff there. Oh, that play didn't work.
Read that
Hit
one
there in
there.
the backfield with Storm Chambers. A little a discombobulation in the handoff and direction. So, 4th and 3, 7:52.
I was kind of hoping there that they would do that play action quick. Storm
And let
comes
Storm
out,
come out.
top over.
I've been kind of waiting for that too, Brad. The last couple plays, I kind of thought back when they had the ball at about the 9-yard
Right.
line, I thought this could be a nice place for that. Okay, big play here. That was a
Now,
loss.
we're
on the
getting
play.
rumbles here. They just went over the announcement, the loudspeaker. There are rumbles like crazy. The Rib Fest has fireworks, and I tell you what, we can hear them. They're in that corner. You can definitely hear them.
Yes, they're all going off. So we have a timeout, I'm assuming here.
Yeah, it was a timeout, Ellwood City.
Timeout, Ellwood
7:33 left. This is crucial. This is, you don't want to say, with 7 minutes left, this could be the play of the game.
Yeah,
but
but I think it could be safe to
the way
say.
that this game has gone, whoever
Right.
gets the ball scores or advances the ball, it has that feeling.
Right. And the Wolverines have to score. No room for a first down, being 4th and goal. I don't think you try the middle. We've tried the middle.
The only way you try the middle is if you spread them out 4 wide, you have one running back there, you do a handoff draw. And I don't see that happening anytime soon.
I don't know if we can.
I think it's going to have to be a quick little
too
slant.
big up front.
Right,
and,
right.
I still like that. You got.
I'm not sure if it's an injury or not. I believe it may be listed as an injury. They got somebody for Serra Catholic. I think they may be just stretching out, so I don't think it's an
Okay,
actual
I
injury, so
see
he
that
can just
now.
come back in for the
At
play.
while we're having that timeout. So, big play here for the Wolverines. Serra Catholic crowd understanding the importance of this play, getting a little loud. So,
Okay, so they're going with that I formation.
I formation, wide out to the right.
Play action, here we come.
Yep, they're stormed. Oh, no. Sacked is Gibbons all the way back at the 16-yard line. He just did not have time. He looked over there to the left. I think, was that DiCaprio over there?
Right.
And it wasn't there. He was blanketed. And ball over on downs. 7:28 left to go here after the sack by the
I mean, that's huge. But now, I mean, you know your job now. On defense, we got to get a stop here. We got to make sure that there's enough
Yep,
time on that
yep.
clock. It's got to be 3 and out here. You've got to be ready for this. You know, I'm not saying that we're down and out, but this, you got to stop them here and get that ball back as soon as you can.
Yes, you do. So, Serra Catholic, we'll see if they keep that hurry-up offense. I can't imagine
I'm
they
assuming
will.
they're going
That
to be a
they'll be-
little bit slower with it.
So, 7:28, 1st and 10.
Quarterback is number 15, handoff.
Handoff there, number 3, around that left side. Staying in bounds, is he? No, I think they called him out of bounds. We got some flag back there, and I think somebody might have got a little extracurricular activity going on back there.
Little something here.
No, I was watching the play, but you see when you turn back and you see a player with his hands up like, I didn't do anything, that's usually not a very good sign for the kid doing it.
The ref's coming to the Serra Catholic side.
There was what was the pickup on the play? It was
Look,
probably
at
enough
least,
for first
if
down.
not, it was very, very close to first down. He kind of bull rushed one of the
And it
Wolverine
depends
defenders.
on where they marked him out of bounds there.
Right.
So stopping the clock at
So
7:21.
now they're saying unsportsmanlike. Okay, so it's going to be offsetting penalties. Offsetting.
Okay. That's just like, okay, guys, let's not let this happen
Right.
again. I think they did that at Valley a couple years ago, didn't they?
There was a couple offsetting ones there. So they're going to say offsetting penalties, and they're going to say replay the first down. I'm not sure if that's right. I think the play should count, because if that was called afterwards.
That was kind of after the play, and it was
right.
far
It
away
should
from the
be whatever that gain was.
I think we're going to do it over. We're just going to offset the penalties.
This is surprising.
We'll
I'm
play first
confused
down
by
over.
this one. So they must have called it as the play developed.
Yeah, must have. Be what I'm thinking, Brad. So, a little conversation.
Makes the stat guy nice and makes his job nice and easy. You just don't push a button. Except for time,
So,
I guess.
no play. Oh,
And we got another whistle. Now we got a flag. They're
false
going to
start.
say, I believe, false
I
start.
think the man in motion cut a little too quick on that play. And the quarterback we have in there now is the passer.
Right. Back. I think we're back to I think we're back to 15.
Okay.
I think it's number 3 and number 15 in the backfield. So I
Okay.
think we're back to the passer.
Okay, 1st and 15 after the 5-yard mark off. Ball on a 12-yard line. A shotgun. Handoff there, number 3. Oh, hit there by number 7 and
Good
23.
tackle.
Number 7, young McClymonds, slowing the man down. And who came up there to clean that up? Was that Tyler Powell?
Yep.
Yep. Tyler Powell, seeing him on both sides. Like a lot of these players, seeing on both sides of the ball. So pickup of just 2 on the play. So key here, 2nd down and 13. Shotgun.
And we got another penalty flag. Now the penalties are coming.
Yes, they are.
Let's just draw out these last 6 minutes, why don't we?
Well,
Now I think they're saying illegal substitution.
yeah,
Referee hit his chest, so
kind of late.
yeah. Now what's going on? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They only have 10 players. So now I have a feeling that's going to be an inadvertent whistle, because that was 10 players.
Yeah,
He watched the player come off and thought it was
yes.
too many,
Okay,
and it actually was too less.
All right, so 2nd and 14, ball on the 13-yard line on the keeper. Around the left side, got a little space there to run. A lot of room to run at the 30. Breaks one tackle, 25. Oh, big time hit. Yep, we got a penalty. That ball's coming back at the 20, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. We got a flag back here. It's going to be an illegal hit.
They're going to call that play.
Blindside
They're going to call
hit.
that play. Here's my assessment on this. We have the Serra Catholic coaches up here. 100% I agree with this call, but we saw this before.
Yes,
we
have.
saw this at Freedom last year, where one of our players did the exact same thing. They are going to call anything that is not needed. They're going to say that block was not needed.
Well, it was a blindsided block
right.
from the side.
They're
and
going to
just-
call that.
And I think it was Ashton Wilson that got leveled.
Right.
I don't hold
They're
me to that.
going to
but-
call it every time, because we saw that, like I said, Freedom last year. I remember the play.
Yep, I do too.
It was Ethan Coy
Yep.
making a late hit when he didn't need to, and they're going to call that every
Yep.
time,
Yep.
especially at the high school level.
So yeah, that was a big run, and that hit. Honestly, if you saw that in a pro game, you'd be off your chair cheering it. But still, at this level, maybe 10 years ago in the NFL they'd have cheered it. But either way, why we 2nd and 14? There's no penalty on the play. Was that a spot foul?
It should be a first down, I believe.
Yeah, first down.
First down.
Because that's a spot
at
foul.
the
The spot
20.
foul was about the 45-yard line, looked like to me. So there you go. Jet sweep around there, number 8 with the ball, hanging on for the tackle. With the ankle tackle was number 10, Carter Lutz. Minimal gain. Pick up a 4 on the play. So 6 minutes to go here in this rolling clock. And right now that's the Wolverines' biggest enemy is that running clock. So,
Confuses me here a little bit. If I'm a Serra Catholic,
seconds.
I'm running that clock down.
To the left, number 1, the speedy guy, out to the 30, out to the 34-yard line. Storm coming in to hit him and knocking the guy out of bounds. So out of bounds stops the clock, but not after a Serra Catholic first down. Pickup of, what are you giving him there, 12?
35, pick up, I got 10 on mine.
Okay, we'll get 10. So, yeah, you talk about Serra Catholic wanting to run the clock, but they were so effective when they were doing the hurry
Right.
up. And then when they started to run the clock, it's when the penalties started
Right,
happening.
it's tough.
So it's kind of, you kind of took them out of their element, if you will. So now they're just to the right, sending a man in motion, kind of slowing it down here a little bit now.
I think they may
They
have
slowed
waited
much,
too
delay
long.
a game.
Now,
So-
maybe from here on out, we need to key in on the line judge right behind the linebackers. He again, after
Okay.
when they're down to 5, there should be 5 seconds
Right,
thrown up so
right.
that quarterback sees it.
So our listeners know, not all schools have a 40-second play clock. At Ellwood City, we have them in both end zones. And, if one of the end zones doesn't work, they shut them both down. We've seen that happen before. But you rely on the men in stripes to keep track of that 40 seconds. There's a handoff over that left side of number 1. Take
Good
him down
tackle.
there. Good tackle there. Number 7, Caden McClymans. A little slow getting up there was Ben Bobbert. Seems to be walking it off just fine. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here. 2nd and 15. Back to pass. Quick pass out there. Oh! Almost intercepted by Nicky Magnifico. Ball went through the would-be receiver's hands, and I think it just caught Nick off guard, as it was right there in his breadbasket. So incomplete pass stops the clock. We're at 3rd and 14. 3 wide outs to the left. Watch a run to the left here by the quarterback on this play. It's the ball. Quick pass out there to number 9. Got some blockers downfield at the 40, 35. Depends where they mark him out of bounds. He's going to have a first down. Doggone it. That quick, it's not a bubble screen. I wouldn't call it that. But
Yeah, just your normal screen,
it's a
2
screen
widers
pass
out.
out there. Has some blockers downfield. Needed 14, got 14 and a half for the first down. So first down for Serra in at their own 46-yard line. 1st and 10. Handoff there, number 3 over the right side this time. Found a little bit of a seam. Rolls his way forward. Hit there by Carter Lutz, but not after a 18-yard gain. That running back there, he gets ahead of steam going forward. You got to tackle him low. In Wolverine territory right now at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 is Serra Catholic. 4.5 minutes left to go here in the contest.
And the Wolverines only have 2 timeouts, you got to remember, because they had to take a timeout here on that one play. So they're down to 2. Clock's ticking.
Shotgun formation. Handoff number 3 over that left side. Got a hold, bounced off of one guy, rolls his way forward for another first down. Pick up of about 16 on that play. Just bounced off of one of Ellwood City tacklers and fell his way forward for another 7 yards. So, 1st and 10 now. Kind of moving the ball with Serra when we needed them to slow down. So, 27-14, 1st and 10, ball and a 19 inside the red zone is Serra Catholic. Shotgun handoff there to the left side again. Rolling his way forward, knocking over 1 man, 2 man, 3 men, 4 men there, gang tackling, driving the Powell forward. That's going to be another 11-yard gain, enough for a first down. You know, at this point, they've ran 4 plays in a row, just on that left side, right side, not necessarily a sweep, but just going around there, hitting that gap, and there's nobody there from Ellwood City to slow it down.
Right. And it's their bread and butter that's been working.
Yeah,
you go to it until it's broken.
And number 3, he is hard to tackle.
Right.
You know, and when he's going north and south,
Right.
he can bowl you over. So Ball on the 9-yard line, or second and 1. He didn't get a first down. There's the keeper. Forward all the way down to the probably 1.5-yard line is the quarterback for Serra Catholic on the keeper over that left side. So first down, first and goal here for 3 minutes to go for Serra Catholic. Pickup of 8, first and goal right at the 2-yard line. Hand off to number 3, up over into the end zone for a touchdown for Serra Catholic. I think that just was the nail in the coffin there, folks. Serra Catholic scored. That drive started about their 30-yard line, didn't it? After the sack. So 28-yard line. So 72-yard drive for Serra Catholic. More importantly, they took about 5 minutes off the clock. 88 yards. I missed a play. So
Another
busted play, trying to go forward. He's still driving, and he's finally knocked down as the holder for Serra Catholic. So with 2:55 left to go in the contest, Serra Catholic Eagles 33, our Ellwood City Wolverines 14. We're going to take a quick break here. It's appear to have another cramp down here on the field. So we'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Just under 3 minutes left to go here. The injured Wolverine appears to be fine. Found his way off the field in his own power. Like I said, got a lot of cramps going on here tonight. So as the game's winding down by 19.
2:55 left, 2 timeouts. You never know.
Well, I think we've had a pause in a loss. Be some positive things to come from to build on. Let's put it that way. Build on. Run up in the kick. End over end kick goes out of bounds. Penalty flags fly.
So back out at the 35 here.
Back out at the 35-yard line. Yep. Nick Bortnovsky was the closest Wolverine to the ball. Number 63, Anthony Baird, checking in, working on the line there for the Wolverines. Alongside number 74, our center for tonight, Rodney Grimes. Trying to give a shout-out to all of our starters and players here as we go through the game. Number 50, Andy Vrabel. And Andy's had a tough night. He has a big guys in front of him. And there was some effectiveness. He was able to get them blocked. We have a timeout here now by, appears to be Serra Catholic. I think maybe we're getting some personnel lined up and into it. So we're going to take a timeout too, Brad? We'll just stay right here. Next week, folks, Wolverines will be back home to take on
New
Brighton.
Looks like they're going to come into that game 2-0.
Okay.
We said that they did not. They're the one team that was young, and they didn't lose too many seniors.
No, they did not.
They have a good quarterback. They've got good wide receivers, and they've got a good line.
The skill players there, I think we were
Right.
both. I think everyone was
Amazed.
surprised if like you said, they didn't lose many players.
Right.
They're one of the few teams in our
Right.
section that didn't lose a lot of players. They were a surprise team last year. 'Cause
Right.
They ended up being in the playoffs.
Yes, yeah, they didn't
And-
have the best
and-
record. I
and-
think it was 5 and they
Well,
were
they-
5 and
they were-
5, and then they lost, so they finished 5 and 6. But still,
Section-wise, they were able to be in there.
Right.
And they're a well-coached team. We get to play them on our grass this year. So come on out and see us. If you come to the game, come on up to the press box, say hello, walk up to the left side, give us a wave. We always enjoy hearing from our fans. Gibbons in that shotgun back to pass. Little time to pass, but the pocket closed quickly for a sack. Loss of 5 on the play. So, loss of 4. So bringing up a 2nd 14. The clock keeps running with 2:30 left in this contest. We got some clean jerseys out there, clean pants out there for Serra Catholic right now, getting the JV. Is there a JV game tomorrow? I don't know if
I'm
there
not
is, being
100%
this
sure.
far away. I'm
not sure.
I don't think that there is. Sammy DiCaprio down here to the right, along with Peyton O'Brien. 2 wide outs to the left. Gibbons back to pass. Under pressure again, and down he goes. I think we just take him out. Now, you're at the 20-yard line. You're third, and a country mile.
yeah, I
After
wouldn't
that,
doubt that this next play is going to be a running play.
Yeah, let's not get him hurt. So big loss on the play.
Minus 11.
Minus 11, 3rd and 26 on this clock. At a $1:40 left to go.
Yeah, I think this play here, I have a feeling, is just going to be a handoff. Let's keep that clock running here a little bit.
Yep. Oh, sorry. Good luck rest of the way, buddy. There's your handoff to Tyler Powell. Over that left side is Tyler. Falls his way forward, short of the first down, but nice gain on the play. What did he pick up there, Brad?
I believe about 12 yards.
12 yards.
13
So
yards.
He's well over that century mark. We'll have all the post-game stats here for you at the end of this game. It's just got a minute left to go.
Thinking reality, they could not saying it this way, but they could probably run a 4th play, and then I think Serra Catholic would have kneeled. But nonetheless, a punt coming.
Yep, punt forthcoming. Get the right personnel on there. So Gibbons, the snap, the kick. Ball falls down there.
Listen,
there's
number 34 just got a huge sack. He wanted that ball.
Yes, he
again.
did. Yes, he did. But some ill-advised things they do on
I
special
know.
teams, 35 seconds left. I think we're going to see a knee here.
Yeah, I believe
And
so.
stick right here with us, folks. We'll get some stuff for you just as quick as we can. Once again, come out. I don't think it's cheer night this week. I think that's 2 weeks away.
Right, I believe it's 2
for
weeks.
the Wolverines at home. But I think we got the V formation, victory formation here for Serra Catholic. They take the ball, and I think that's going to be all she wrote. So, Ellwood City Wolverines travel down here. Good luck to you. To McKees Rocks take on Serra Catholic. Leave here tonight, losing the contest 33-14. Just hang right in there, folks. You just want to take a quick break, Brad?
Yeah, we'll take a little quick break. We'll do some stats here from the game, and we'll end this broadcast a little bit earlier than usual. We want to keep moving that way. We don't hold anybody up. So we'll take a short little break, come back with some stats, maybe a little bit of out-of-town scores, and
All right,
we'll wrap
very
it up.
good. See you in a bit.
Hi there, folks. We're back from McKeesport. Final score, Serra Catholic 33, Ellwood City 14. Unfortunately, the Wolverines will now drop to 0-2, but the nice thing, or at least the one positive thing we could take from it is, even though they're sitting here 0-2, both of those games were out of conference. They don't mean really anything other than it's a loss. It is what it is. But the nice thing is there are things in this game that we saw that we can take away. First of all, running game, well improved. I think the blocking of the line was a lot better. The running game finally got established. Plus, we saw a lot of those passes there started working, but I have a feeling they're going to have to change it up and get some more people involved. So here's some stats from the game. Final score again, 33-14, Serra Catholic. Total stats, total offense was heavily in favor of Serra Catholic, 348 to 155. Passing for Serra, 150. For Ellwood, 60. Rushing, 198 for Serra Catholic, but they got most of those yards at the end of that game.
They did.
In that third quarter and into fourth quarter. Rushing for Ellwood, they did finish with 95. In high school and college, anytime there's a sack, it goes against your rushing yards-wise. Let's see, penalties, 8 for 60 for Ellwood. And then 11 for 85 for Serra Catholic. So total of 19 penalties in this game. That's a lot. Granted, it is week 1, so it's only the second game for both these teams, but still, it's a lot of penalties there. Turnovers-wise, Ellwood just finished with that one interception, but that was a crucial interception. It was a drive-ending play. We can go and, we can even say that first quarter when they had the ball at the 13. It's not a turnover, but that's a key play.
Right, it was.
To jump out early. So unfortunately that didn't work out. Time of possession definitely favored Ellwood. That's their game plan. Almost 30 minutes compared to only 20 for Serra Catholic. First downs, 13 for Ellwood, 19 for Serra Catholic. And there are your team stats. Some individual stats. Ryan Gibbons, 7 for 15, 60 yards and 1 interception. Passing for Serra Catholic, the big guy was Max Rocco, 9 for 15, 117 yards. Rushing-wise for Serra Catholic was Ray Holmes, number 3, 21 carries, 99 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 11, Javon Holt, 6 carries, 88 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then Micah Brooks there near the end, 4 carries, 13 yards, and a touchdown as well. For the Wolverines, Tyler Powell, I think we can easily say is our player of the game for the Wolverines. He had 27 carries, 126 yards, 4.7 average, 2 touchdowns. Both of those touchdowns for the Wolverines. So I think Tyler Powell going forward, that's got to help him out. He's got to be feeling good. The running game seemed a lot more effective. Not the outcome, obviously, we wanted, but it did look better on paper. Receiving-wise, Terrell Booth, 6 catches for Serra Catholic, 89 yards. And then for Ellwood, Storm Chambers coming out of that backfield as a fullback, 4 catches, 27 yards. So there's your stats there. And then finally, let's wrap up with defense. John Banner, 14 tackles. 2 sacks and 2 tackles for loss. And then the flip side, Storm Chambers, 11 tackles for the Wolverines. So final score, 33-14. There are things to take away from this game for both teams moving forward. Obviously, Serra Catholic now improves to 2-0. They won, again, first week, or week 0, 9-0 over York, and then they come back. And I think they're better. I feel like they are going to feel better about this, not just 9-0, but now 33 points up on that board. That's going to definitely help them out. Maybe not what they want to feel, but the Wolverines going from 0 points to 14. There are things to take away. Before we wrap up with Thad Sturgeon, let's go through a couple out of town scores that we have here. Just went final. North Allegheny 42-0 over Norwin. Stowe Rocks 34-6 over Olsh. Rolling right through here, getting my scores. Laurel, wow. Talk about a second half, 42-0
Wow, they turned
over
it on.
Rochester. We were midway through the midway through the 6th. It was only 7-0 or 6-0. So they definitely turned it up in the end there. Let's see what else we have. Newcastle with 23 seconds left. Scored a touchdown to take a 28-21 lead over Montour. Going back to our 3A roots, Central Valley 55, Quaker Valley nothing. How big of a change that place has made for both teams. Central Valley is now the front runner in that conference, possibly. Wow. New Brighton held on to beat Mohawk 28-7. They cruise on, so they're going to be coming into Helling Stadium 2-0 to take on the Wolverines. Let's see, what else? Do we have any more local-wise? Just going to keep rolling through here.
Anything on that Riverside game?
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to get. I knew I just saw the post by Riverside Nation. They did score, but they were down, I believe, with some time left in that fourth quarter. Washington, the big 2A team that we always talk about, they handled Charleroi. That was my game of the week.
That would have been a
game
good
in 2A because Charleroi won the conference last year, beating out what most people thought was the favorite, Washington. But Washington answers this year 35-14. Here we go. Here at Panther Nation with 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So this is a little while ago. Third quarter, they were down 34-28. That was about reported 55 minutes ago. So we don't know the final just yet. But going into that fourth quarter, basically, they were down by a touchdown. And then finally, our last little score here, or actually two final scores. Burgettstown just cruised by Seton LaSalle 35-8. How about Aliquippa? They played their, I don't want to say a rival, but their 1A rival, we'll call it that. Clareton last week cruised by, I think it was 35-14, had no problem against them. They come back and beat Waynesburg 60-9.
Wow.
So some big scores, and we expected some big scores in week one because that's still a lot of your out-of-conference games. But those teams that are scoring high numbers, you better believe they're going to come back week two, and they're going to pound it when they get in their first section game. So that's it for stats from my end. Again, final score 33-14 for Serra Catholic over our Ellwood City Wolverines. Thad, why don't you take us away?
Yes, thank you, Brad. Just a good game tonight, a good game to watch. It was a fun game to watch. It was a fun game to call, although we certainly would like a different outcome. But I think things that this team can build on. It's not an excuse. It is what it is. This is a very young team. We knew that when the season started, and we're going to say that for the next year, that this is a young team. But some positive things to go on. Keep up to date with all of your Ellwood City sports information. We didn't talk about any of their sports tonight, but we'll get to that. Junior high girls basketball's going, volleyball's going, tennis, golf, all those things you can find at ecwolverines.com. For the people, not maybe where we're at right now, but back toward home, not that we're promoting other things, but a great post-game show is on Ellwood City Station 92.1.
Right.
They do a fantastic job really covering all of the WPIAL.
And that's a hidden gem there. 92.1 with Trib Live chiming in. 92.1 opens up that air wave at 9 o'clock, and they run from like 9 to 11, 11:30.
About 11 o'clock.
And they go through every single score. I mean, who knows? Maybe we can pull some strings and maybe we could do some recap there.
We would like to be on that show too.
There's some really good insight.
We're not self-serving here at all, but that is a really good show to keep you up to date immediately on what all happened in the WPIAL. So we thank the people here at Sierra Catholic. Very nice for hosting us here this evening. On behalf of Brad Windhorst and myself, Thad Sturgeon, we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you. We will see you next week on the air at 6:45, kickoff at 7 o'clock at Helling Stadium, where Ellwood City will host the new Brighton. Yep, have a good night, everybody. Thank you.